Somewhere just out of town, there's an open road waiting, and you just can't wait to sink your wheels into it. Then suddenly, the waiting's over. This is Dodge's Spring Rally, your local Dodge boys. Make it before the one you want is gone. Omnis, Chargers, Ram Tough trucks, Caravans, Aries, convertibles, and the sensation Dodge Daytona. Now you've caught the spirit. Dodge's Spring Rally. Just follow the signs to your local Dodge boys. Because the open road is waiting, but you can't.
WNYT, Albany, New York.
Knight Rider will return next week at its regularly scheduled time. Tonight, the epic the world has been waiting for. And now, prepare yourself for the final battle.
Of The Final Battle are being brought to you by the front-wheel drive Toyota Corolla sedan for 1984, now at your local Toyota dealer.
No. Behold the doubting Thomases.
No.
They don't believe anything you tell them about cars.
No way.
They don't believe you can get a roomy front-wheel drive car that's affordable and gets great gas mileage, too. Impossible. Then we showed them the Toyota Corolla, the high-mileage sedan that's roomy and downright affordable.
Come on, how can Corolla give you so much for so little?
It's just a Toyota tradition.
We believe. We believe.
Welcome to Timex Quartz. Incredible technology. Uncanny accuracy. Our lightweight runner's quartz is water resistant. Our dress digitals have no buttons. This sleek command bar controls all functions. For Mother's Day, bring the value of Timex Quartz into her world.
I'd sure like another Stroh's.
Oh, wait. Alex? 2 cold Stroh's. Where do you see this? Just open the refrigerator. Just open one bottle. Just open the other. Now he's pouring yours. Now he's pouring mine. Alex, you better be drinking your water.
From one beer lover to another Stroh's.
Many Visa card holders will soon receive their new Visa cards.
Got yours too?
Yeah.
For some, it will be the new classic Visa card.
Haven't seen you around lately.
Oh, I travel a lot on business.
Until your new classic card arrives, your current Visa card is as good as ever.
You want to break this in?
You're on.
It's a classic.
Your new Visa card.
Visa. Look what the computer wizards at Apple have come up with now. It has the power of these 2 computers, a built-in disk drive. It can run over 10,000 different programs. You get everything you need to hook it right up to your TV. You can even add a mouse. Introducing the Apple IIc. Now comes the real magic. You can take it home for under $1,300.
Simple.
Introducing a delicious rice side dish.
Simply delicious.
That's simple to make and simply delicious to taste.
New Lipton rice and sauce.
The exciting rice side dish with simmered-in sauce for a delicate taste. And there's 4 delicious flavors.
Simple.
In just 10 minutes, you make it fresh. Now there's the simmered-in flavor.
Simply delicious.
Of Simply Delicious.
New Lipton rice and sauce. Aren't you kids?
America's kids. No toothpaste is doing more to help them fight cavities than Crest.
Orange Aren't you kids?
For over a generation, Crest toothpaste have helped prevent more kids' cavities than all other toothpaste combined.
Aren't you kids?
So when it comes to fighting cavities, aren't your kids worth Crest?
Aren't you kids the best?
Hey, Dad, my checkup. All right.
Aren't your kids worth Crest?
Fresh ground cinnamon. It makes a delicious difference in my cinnamon rolls. I'm Mrs. Olson. You know, the right ingredients are so important in good cooking. That's why Folgers is good cooking. It has that just right, delicious ingredient, mountain-grown coffee. The richest kind. Delicious. Now that's mountain-grown coffee. Folgers.
I'm not ready to go yet, okay? I'm not ready. You gotta wait. I got shit to do. I'm in the middle of something, all right? Just hold on.
Watch your mouth or don't come in here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, people, come on, we're adults here. You know what? What is the point?
Yeah, we're adults here. I got a fucking Burger King fucking thing on my head. We're all fucking adults here, guys. People in my chat, 2 words. What are they? 2 words. Let me see the chat flood. Let me see the chat flood. 2 words. Okay, next caller. Please. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which translate in American to dick and balls.
I got flip-flops. These are my flip-flops. Yeah, I really like my flip-flops because I can put them on. Because look, watch me put them on. I can put them on all by myself. Watch me put them on. Look, are you watching? Look, these are my flip-flops.
Thanksgiving Day. I remember it clearly. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was inserting myself in somebody else's fucking business as a cash grab, and you know. This channel is harsh reality. Karen Yak se jodió la sucia vida. Amen.
This is Jonathan Lee Riches. I have cheeseburgers. I'm gonna put cheese on them. I'm gonna make sure that I have my hamburgers because I'm a big boy now and I can make the hamburgers. My mom lets me use the stove now.
And I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like they had evidence to back up everything they said. And I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like this can't, no, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cops and just like soccer moms and shit. Like that's what made it even crazier. Like,
yeah, get it, Betty. Yeah,
did you have a close relationship with your mom?
Get it, Betty.
Oh, of course, I still do.
Yeah.
My older sister was kind of she was more of the prissy girl, like
that is the best shit fucking
shopping for dresses with mommy. I was the tomboy that liked playing with people.
Shout out to Cherry for just being easily the most faithful and loyal supporter that I've ever had. That someone could have that tenacity with loyalty. And I'm really blessed to have someone like Cherry be part of this channel and in my life. So it means a lot. And yes, I named him after Mr. T and Rocky. Say, woman. Say, woman. Say, woman. Since your old man ain't got no heart, why don't you come down to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man. Oh my God, I'm so in love with this little dude. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Oh, say bye. Say bye. Oh, I love you too. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you. Bye, guys. Woo! Good afternoon, good evening, somewhere in between that on the Eastern time zone, something like that. Whatever. Anyway, people, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. It means a lot. So yeah, I figured I'd just hang out with you guys a little bit. We'll recap a little bit because there's a couple of things that stuck out to me. Now, don't expect this to be organized because none of my streams are like ever. So I'm gonna go through some of the testimony yesterday that I was just kind of like, wait, what? And some of the testimony that took place the day before. And we're gonna get through some of the fun stuff too. I know, everybody. Yeah, you guys, it's all the buzz the reaction of I had to I can't even talk about it without laughing. What's her face? I don't know. They're all fucking assholes. It's just hard to remember their names. The fucking Albert lady, Chris Albert's wife, whatever Julie Albert. That's her name. Julie Albert saying Bukkake instead of Buchanan, which is really, really, really funny. There's no way around the fact that that's fucking hilarious. There's just no fucking way around the fact that this woman straight up sat there in open court in front of the world. In front of the world. Just as Rocky here, just before this still was memorialized, he gave this beautiful speech in Russia talking about if I can change, if you can change, everybody can change. You know what I mean? Like, beautiful shit. Just as many people saw that shit. Just as many people saw I mean, not really, but it might as well be. It might as well be. Just as many people might as well have seen Julie Albert sit up there and call homeboy Buchanan Bukkake. Detective Bukkake or Bukkake. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's like a strong U. Is it like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh my God. No. It's too soon. It's too soon. It's too soon.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad. I think.
Thank you, Sherry D. Sherry D. Here's to a Rocky knockout week. Bukkake. I love how everybody's spelling it differently because nobody really knows how to spell it. Because I can't imagine any scenario actually have to write that shit down. I can't imagine any scenario where you would have to actually write that word down. Except the court reporter who sat there with her, Bukkake. Oh my God. But see, listen, and people have been saying, you got to go over the reaction, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But listen, Aussie Insider actually clipped together, not just my reaction, but there was a bunch of people's reaction to that. That's like I said, everybody fucking heard that shit. Yeah, Julie Albert. Yeah, Chris Albert. Everybody heard that. Everybody did. So I'm gonna go over Aussie Insiders. Let me put I'm gonna put the link to the video in the chat. Hold on. Let me there we go. I'm gonna put the link to the video in chat. Please click on it and give it a like, because Aussie Insider, it must have been tedious. If you're clipping parts of a trial, even though it was all around the same time, there's hours and hours of shit to go through. So I would imagine it was pretty tedious. So give Aussie Insider, please give Aussie Insider a like for that video. I dropped the link in chat. Click on it. Give it a like, please. Thank you. I'm gonna play it because it not only has my reaction, but it has a few creators' reactions, which I thought was great because I hadn't seen them. I was too busy live myself going over the trial. But there were many other really good creators who were going over the trial too. And there is some folks here. Oh, hey there, handsome. So, oh my goodness. Oh,
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super chat. 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 Super chat.
Okay, thank you, Shauna LeBlanc. My little girl can't stop laughing at super chat. This one's for you, Kat. That's why I played the whole thing through for Kat. So, Kat, there you go. And your little girl should not be listening to this channel. Kat, go to bed. What are you doing? Mom, put her to bed. What are you doing? This is not a channel for children. What are you doing? But thank you, Shauna LeBlanc. And sweet dreams, Kat. So so here I'm gonna go ahead and play this because this was pretty funny. And again, big shout out to Aussie Insider for this one.
Just ask some questions about meeting.
What was his name? What was his name? Say his name.
Me, my husband, Trooper Proctor, and Trooper Bukaki.
Buchanan.
Trooper
What now?
I love Attorney Melody Little so much, dude. She's like, she's like Melody Little. I only imagine if I'm hypothetically running around her brain, I'm imagining her looking down at her phone the way like she was listening and then going, fuck, this is gonna be everywhere. She already knows. Like, what can I do to try to control this? Not much, but I'll do what I can, and I'll just correct her and say Buchanan. Because Melanie Little, even though we're not classy, Melanie Little is a classy lady, okay? So so God bless her for trying. But oh my God, dude, this is so good.
Bukaki.
And then that, of course, sorry, it's every time. That, of course, was Emily Baker. Right here. Hold on. My bad. Hold on. What did I just do? Here we go. Stupid StreamYard. Here's Melody Little one more time, and then
Me, my husband, Trooper Proctor, and Trooper Bukaki.
Buchanan. Trooper what now?
Bukaki.
He called him Bukkake.
oh my God, here's Brandy Churchwell right here.
I don't think that's his name. I think that means something else.
Legal bites. Nobody knows what to make of it. I was the only male. Like, these poor women, dude. These poor women. Like, God bless them. You know, some didn't know what the word meant. Others did, wish they didn't. They wish they didn't, but they do. They're like, fuck. God damn it. Oh my God, dude. Hold on. I gotta see Brandy Churchill one more time.
I don't think that
Brandy Churchill was like, did she say that? She didn't just say that. Fuck, she just said that. So good. Oh my God, this is so much fun.
I think that's his name.
I'm so grateful to Aussie Insider for making this.
That means something else that she doesn't intend.
Bukaki.
Trooper what now?
Oh my God. Emily Baker is just like, she's like, super what now? Fuck. Like, I love these other channels, dude. I love these other channels that do their damnedest to be professional. They count on lawyers and witnesses to some degree to be professional. Like, it's open court, for fuck's sake. There are certain expectations to have and to be met with. I mean, I don't blame them for being like, God damn it, dude. I try to run a clean fucking channel here. I don't, but these poor people, dude, these much more successful channels, they do their best to try to keep like their shit nice and clean, man. And then you got this idiot who just like ruined it. Just ruined their whole stream.
Agreed to interview you and your husband together.
She did.
Objection. Michael Proctor agreed to interview you and your husband together, correct?
Objection.
Objection. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude.
What do you define lengthily? I don't recall. I don't remember how long it was exactly.
It didn't go into the evening.
Look at Brandy. She's just like, dude, lady, what the fuck did you just do? Lady, what did you just fucking do? Holy shit, that didn't just fucking happen.
You and your husband were interviewed together, correct?
Correct.
Did either of these troopers, including Michael Proctor, suggest that maybe the two of you should be separately interviewed?
At least Emily Baker is just like, dude, this is fucking hilarious. Like, it's over. Like, I mean, it's yeah. I've already been run over by this train, and yeah, I'm dead. So fuck it.
Interview? Maybe the two of
Yeah, guys, that was a really big slip in this trial.
That was, dude, that was the Freudian slip. The Freudian slip in the history of true crime on YouTube. No doubt about it. The Freudian slip of any case that's ever been streamed on YouTube, ever. Because that was Turtle Boy sitting in the courtroom in her head. She doesn't even watch the news. She's too busy worrying about how much Turtle Boy is going to expose, which is fucking amazing. She is too busy. She just showed the world. She doesn't watch the news. She doesn't read the documents. She knows what happened that night already. She's watching Turtle Boy habitually to find out what Turtle Boy is going to expose next. And she just let us all know because she doesn't know the guy's name. She watches so much Turtle Boy that she thinks that that's actually his fucking name. She said it twice. She just wasn't sure if she could remember how it's pronounced. But you never hear Turtle Boy say Buchanan or Buchanan or however other way that I mispronounce it, or Melanie Little mispronounces it, or Emily Baker mispronounces it, or Brandy Churchill mispronounces it. Any of us who have tried to read that word, his name, the first time, have almost all at least struggled with trying to pronounce it, if not failing to pronounce it correctly at least the first time. This is a fact. It's undeniable. And so the easiest thing to do is just say Bukkake because Turtle Boy nicknamed him Bukkake. Now, granted, it's not the most original nickname in the world, and I'm not shitting on Turtle Boy here. I'm saying anybody with a crude sense of humor eventually is going to look at that guy. My point being is that guy was probably called Bukkake in high school, is my point. Like, that's the word you're going to go to. When you see that dude's name on paper, you're going to go, fucking Bukkake. Here. You know what I mean? That's what's happening in middle school, high school, because elementary school kids don't know what bukkake is. In middle school, they still don't know what it is, but they've heard the word. They just don't know what it is. But they've heard the word. I've known that word for as long as I can remember. I didn't actually learn what it was until I got a hold of the internet. And yeah, and that's all I'll tell you as far as how I stumbled upon that word on the internet. But make no mistake, make absolutely no mistake that is the word, that is the way that is how you're going to go there. But the thing is she's not going to go to that word unless she's heard the word so many times. If she's heard that man referred in that manner by that word, referred to by that word as his name, I am completely convinced that she does not read anything but simply watches Turtle Boy to find out what he's going to say next. To try to lock him up, see if he breaks the rules, see if he violates this court order or whatever, see if he somehow says something that could be construed as witness intimidation, and then she can have him locked up. That. B, she watches Turtle Boy to see if he's going to expose something about her again. If he stumbled onto any more evidence, because he stumbled onto a lot of it through his investigations and has exposed a lot of it. And as Bradel mentioned yesterday, and as I have mentioned many times, is being used as evidence by the defense to exonerate Karen Reed. This is a fact. It's undeniable. It's true. And this makes people mad. This bothers people. This bothers people. And now, this witness, this Albert, sat on the stand and referred to Yuri Buchanan as Bukkake. She didn't even remember his first name. Because she was stuck in a position where, well, I can't come off like I know the guy, so I can't say his first name, can't say Yuri. Or maybe she consciously said Bukkake to act as though she didn't really know who he was. She didn't know him on a personal level. Maybe I don't think that's the case. I think it's for the reasons that I just explained before, but I'm just exploring. Could be. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Right. Agreed, Scott. She's just not that smart. I think she just watches too much Turtle Boy, and only Turtle Boy. I don't think she watches anything else because she is afraid to find out if Turtle Boy has uncovered any more evidence that is damning to her or any member of her family. Period. Now, we're only halfway through this reaction video post. This just is beautiful. Oh my God, Turtle Boy must be fucking shitting a brick right now and laughing and trying not to laugh his ass off in the fucking car. I can't right now.
I don't recall. I don't remember.
Take place within your
I mean,
in my family room.
Okay, Emily Baker is losing her shit, like, and yes. All I could think about, man, was Turtle Boy sitting in that for the first time. He was allowed to sit down. He got a seat and was able to sit down in the courtroom and watch everything. And this happens. I would have lost my shit. I don't know how Turtle Boy didn't bust out laughing. Now, I wondered this for a moment. I wondered, was she instructed by the prosecution to do that and say that in open court so that they'd have an excuse to kick Turtle Boy out? Because how else could they have possibly done it? Because if you guys remember, when I was live yesterday, this was happening when Turtle Boy was, the people were tweeting stuff. He was tweeting one thing. Ted Daniel was tweeting something else in regards to Turtle Boy being kicked out. He was like, yeah, Bradle's here, my lawyer's here, but he's doing something else. He's here, and it's another case that Judge Bev is residing over. So it has nothing to do with me. And Ted Daniel is like, just talk to Bradle, and the prosecution has filed a motion saying that Turtle Boy should be removed from the courtroom. And so I'm thinking, when did they file this motion? So my reaction was just like, all right, people, listen, there's no way that they're going to be so bold as to just try to kick Turtle Boy the fuck out, right? They're just going to kick him out with his lawyer right there. Like, stop it. People, use your brains, use your common sense, right? Turns out they were right. But I wasn't wrong either, because I'm sitting here thinking they have to file a motion. They can't just kick him out. So it's not going to happen. They're not going to just boldly try to violate this guy's rights with his lawyer standing right there. It's not going to happen. But little did I know that, and I should have known better, because this is not the first, but the second time that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts filed a motion to violate Turtle Boy's rights and almost like hid the motion, served it to him in some stealthy, fucked up way to where his lawyer wouldn't have any time to respond to it or to file a motion for dismissal or to oppose it. Excuse me. I'm not a lawyer. Excuse my lack of knowledge. But I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, there's no way. There's no fucking way. You people are crazy. Use your common sense. If you're going to hang out here, use your common sense. I was getting pissed at my chat. I was getting pissed at some people. I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. That's what I wanted to say to some people. I was like, shut the fuck up. Use your brains. They're not going to just kick Turtle Boy out. Right? And then sure enough, it turns out that he did file a motion. It's just that Bradle never got any wind of it. Turtle Boy never got any wind of it. It's the whole point of filing a motion. You do things through a legal process where, and the point is so that you don't violate someone's rights. That's the whole point. And Bev could have blocked that motion. Bev could have been like, you know what? I don't like this. And you know, even though her excuse is it could risk Karen Reed getting a fair trial. No, it's not. No, it's not. Witnesses, I mean, this is John's friend. Right? These are John's friends sitting up here on the witness stand, right? Some of them anyway. Others denied it, which is interesting. But this is John's friend, right? These are the people that are sitting on the witness stand. I mean, wouldn't they be rattled in some way seeing anybody in the courtroom that is involved in the case in any way, shape, or form? I mean, does the defendant have to leave when a victim of the defendant has to sit on the stand and testify against them? Does the defendant have to leave? No. The defendant has a right to face their accuser, right? Now, it's a little different here. This isn't, I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I'm sure if a lawyer were sitting here, they'd be like, that's not how it works, dude. So, but I'm saying though, to some degree, shouldn't it? Like, morally speaking, am I wrong? Because if these people have accused him of witness intimidation, and all he's doing is sitting there with a laptop open, listening and typing, and all they have to do is just not look at him, look at the attorney, look at the other attorney, look at the defendant even, and look at the jury. When you testify, you shouldn't even be looking up at the press area. You shouldn't even be looking up there. You've got no business looking up there. There's no reason to look up there. But these people have accused Turtle Boy. doesn't he have a moral right to sit there and listen to these people testify and lie and fucking lie when it was him who actually proved some of them to be liars? Has he not earned that right? So this is why I think Bev is showing favoritism to the prosecution. Because it's not about, okay, well, you know, if you like Turtle Boy or you don't like Turtle Boy, it's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with the fact that here Bev is trying to say that she wants to be fair to everybody here, right? And I guarantee you the defense doesn't give a shit whether or not Turtle Boy's in the room. I guarantee you they don't care. But I'm saying, like, these people, I mean, if shouldn't the fact that Lolly filed this motion in such a shady and shitty way, shouldn't that have influenced Judge Bev's decision in some way, shape, or form? If it's not going to be the obvious, which is just the fact that he has a fucking right to sit there and be there, which she actually acknowledged in open court on the record, said that he has the right to be there like everyone else. She fucking said that. But then she said, oh, well, you know, it's going to affect Karen Reed getting a fair trial. You don't care about Karen Reed getting a fair trial. If you cared about justice, you would have never even approved this case to move forward to trial. This case is proving, this trial is proving that this case should have never went to trial in the first place. This trial is every day an example of Judge Beverly Cannoni's incompetence, if not pure corruption. That is what this case is. It's proving it. Because the defense filed a very, very detailed, very articulate, and very, very well-spoken motion stating facts, undeniable facts, making very founded, well-founded accusations towards the Commonwealth. And then Judge Beverly Cannoni did the same thing in writing that she did in open court today, which is say this, and this, and I agree with this, and I agree with that, and blah, 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 blah. And what Michael Morrissey did was absolutely unprofessional, yet I see no reason, no good reason to not move forward with this trial. That's what she said. So basically, on one side of her mouth, she gives every reason why she should not have cheated Turtle Boy out of his right to sit there in that gallery with every witness testifying. But one side of her mouth saying this, and then the other side of her mouth using the excuse that Karen Reed may not get a fair trial if he's in there, if he's in that room, which is asinine, stupid. It's bullshit. And basically robs him of his rights of freedom of press. Robs him. I mean, it's mind-blowing to me. It's just mind-blowing to me. Now, yes, it shows that he's in these witnesses' heads. So what? So what? He fucking should be. These are not morally sound people. They are liars. At the very least, they are liars. The EMT is a liar. 75% of the cops that testified are liars. I mean,
were you sitting on couches?
Yes.
You were comfortable?
Yes.
You were not in a police.
She definitely.
So they're still laughing about this. They're still laughing about this. I was too. I had to go off camera. I had to go off camera and catch my breath. I was dying. Clubber was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah. Just give me a second." I was fucking dying, dude. That was the funniest shit ever. This woman sat there in open court and called this man bukkake in front of the world. Lady.
Definitely got his name wrong in the worst way. I can only imagine Emily Baker's chat must be going absolutely insane.
It didn't go into the evenings, correct?
No.
We're already
And
dead.
then, Michael Proctor and the other trooper left, correct?
Correct.
Oh
Were
my
you sitting
God.
on couches?
Yes.
You're comfortable?
Yes.
You were not in a police interrogation room, correct?
No, I was not.
And it wasn't particularly lengthy, correct?
Did you see Brandy Churchill? Brandy was so fucking stuck. Brandy Churchwell was just fucking stuck like this the whole goddamn time. Fucking shocked. Look at this shit.
Right.
Correct.
Oh my
Were you
God.
sitting on couches?
Still.
Yes.
Still.
Yes.
You were not
Dude.
in a police interrogation room, correct?
Yannetti's already asked like 5 questions since.
No, I was not.
And it wasn't particularly lengthy, correct?
Oh, that was a bad one. That was a really bad one. Okay. Yeah, I hope the video doesn't get flagged.
And then Michael Proctor and the other trooper left, correct?
Correct.
Hey, so full disclosure, every one of my fucking videos gets flagged. Every fucking one of them. I wonder why.
Then at 6:17 p.m. that same night,
What do you define lengthily? I don't
That's what she
recall,
said.
I don't remember how long it was exactly.
I mean, I'm not gonna keep saying it, but like, yeah, Matthew Baxter. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. Let's
shortly after you had been
Brandy's still.
you called Michael Proctor's personal cell phone number, correct?
Oh my God.
I don't remember.
At 6:17 p.m. that same night,
She called him Sergeant Bukkake, Detective Trooper Bukkake. That's my
believe it.
name.
I thought that was a joke.
Shit's gonna get clipped and blasted all over fucking Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Jesus, lady. I mean, am I wrong? That absolutely got clipped. Fucking dude, it's barely been 24 hours. Actually, no, it was pretty early in the day yesterday. That shit had just fucking happened. I wasn't even fully fucking awake yet. I was like, come on, man. Come on. It's too fucking early for this. And so let's watch real quick. I'm gonna watch now. I've got it's in its conceptual phases. We talked yesterday. Me and Turtle Boy are gonna be setting up something soon. I'll get in touch with him tonight when I go to the gym, but yeah, we've got something coming up soon. And I've got other stuff coming up that you're gonna want to be tuned in for sure. I'm trying to line up special guests. So I've got one that I'm really excited about, and then of course Turtle Boy, who's been here a couple of times, and even called in when he was in jail, which was just great. It was great to hear from him because everybody was like, "What? Actually, I wonder how he's doing." So, and to hear him in good spirits was refreshing, So we'll whenever that's worked out, I'll set it up and you guys will know about it when it happens, before it happens. Let's go over his reaction to being booted, because I haven't even watched this yet. I caught the end of DUI Guys live that was clipped there yesterday. I caught the end of it, but hold on, I haven't. Here we go.
We're here at Norfolk Superior Courthouse for the, we got a bunch of people waiting in chairs for us, doing shifts, because Grant Smith Ellis wants to be a twat. And so we got to have people in chairs all night to make sure that I can get in the courthouse tomorrow. And we're doing shifts here. So the 4:30 to 8:30 shift is ending soon. So I'm bringing some pizzas. We got some pizzas from Dead Mouse Pizza. And we're going to bring them over there. And we're going to see who's there right now. Let's go.
So not D&E pizza, just for the record.
I don't like your shorts. Oh, okay. Maybe explain again what's happening for people that are like, what is this?
We have people sitting in the chair. We reserved the chair for me. It's the first time people get in for the media.
Blood pizza. I love it.
But I saw everyone else, all the chairs just had people sitting in chairs for them. I'm like, we got people too. So we put the call out, got a bunch of volunteers.
So the audio is not too great. So what he's saying basically here is like, all right, well, because if you guys remember, Grant had a fucking meltdown. Actually, let's watch that real quick. Let's try and tell the story properly here. That's what we'll do. Sorry, I told you guys I was disorganized as fuck, but I want to be able to give you guys the best possible context if I can. Okay. Because I have to go through his Twitter to show you guys what happened the first time Turtle Boy tried to get a seat. And I did go over this before, but we should watch it again. For those of you who haven't seen this before, it's just fucking great. So this is Grant Smith Ellis. And we've watched him just get burn after burn. Bradle told him, is there a real reporter here that has any questions, when he started asking him questions? And then just 2 days ago, Yannetti was like, sorry, I only answer questions from real reporters. And he's a nightmare. Like, he's a fucking nightmare. I try to find the good in him, but the truth is just Grant Smith Ellis is just a fucking nightmare, dude. He sucks. He really does. He just proves time and time again how much he fucking sucks. He's not a real journalist. He's just a dipshit who smokes weed apparently because it stops his asshole from bleeding. Like, yeah, he literally tweeted that. I didn't say that. He said that. So, yeah, that's a thing, I guess.
You are an accused rapist. You sent a video of you raping Lindsay Gattani to her, and you.
Okay. He's also one of those people that thinks that if you say words out loud, it automatically makes them true. There's no accusation. There's no sexual assault allegations against Turtle Boy. It's just this. It's what this guy does is just makes shit up, like blatantly makes shit up. The kind of shit that makes you go, wait a minute, I wonder if that's true, because nobody would just make something like that up. This asshole likes to make things like that up.
You admitted to it in text. Fuck you. Get to the back of the line. Do not touch property that does not belong to you. You may leave the line if you want to go to the bathroom. You may leave the line if you want to go get something to eat. You may not touch stuff that does not belong to you, you fucking accused rapist. Get out of my fucking line.
Okay. We'll get right back to you, Grant. Just shut up and hold tight, buddy.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Rose, thank you so much. I thought my cousin Vinny reference would be the bomb, but this, I'm still wheezing. I want the full cuck church when you have a second. Oh man, I gotta play it twice because you gotta get the full cuck church, and I can't like fast forward it or start it from any point. It's happening full on right now.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 I think we got a super dad. 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 Super dad.
And thank you, Paula, for the cash app. I appreciate you. There you go, Rose. Thank you so much. Look, and then he pouts. Hold on.
Leave the line if you want to go get something to you.
Let's watch this from the beginning because I love this. This is just fucking beautiful to me. So Grant Smith Ellis, he has this tantrum and then he pouts. He fucking pouted, people. This is a grown man in his 40s who sits there in the gallery of a courtroom in the press part of the gallery, in the press section, and has an open laptop and has weed stickers all over it. I mean, people, you know, I mean, again, he's free to do what he wants. You know what I mean? Okay, right on, man. Have your little weed stickers all over your fucking laptop, but don't expect people to take you seriously, though. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I have my channel and I do what I do. You think that I expect to be taken seriously here? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time. You know what I mean? I just get up here and do this shit, you know? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. I don't expect people to take me seriously. This guy right here expects the world to somehow treat him as though he is the latest mind in law and crime. And he's not at all. You can't just make things up. You can't sit here and talk about justice when you are seemingly incapable of knowing the difference between fact and absolute total fiction. And I'm talking about on different ends of that spectrum. Oh my God.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad.
Little Irish girl, thank you. Grant, LG still won't give you a handy. Oh, okay. Will, did you see his pic with Karen hair? Yeah, it's in the thumbnail, little Irish girl. Yes, I posted it on Twitter. Someone sent it to me and I posted it on Twitter. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you, little Irish girl. I appreciate you.
You are an accused rapist. You sent a video of you raping Lindsay Gattani to her, and you admitted to it in text. Fuck you. Get to the back of the line. Do not touch property that does not belong to you. You may leave the line if you want to go to the bathroom. You may leave the line if you want to go get something to eat. You may not touch stuff that does not belong to you, you fucking accused rapist. Get out of my fucking line.
And then he pouts. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Now he pouts. Okay, so while Grant's there pouting, That is no different than any Karen video that you've ever seen. Like there's channels. There's channels that have Karen videos, and this is in the top 5 of Karen videos that I've ever seen. He's pouting right now, people. He's pouting. He's not just fucking like he didn't just only have a fucking absolute meltdown in front of a courthouse on the courthouse steps, but he's pouting. And he considers himself a journalist, a professional. This is Wendy Murphy's son. Wendy Murphy, it's not even shocking. It's not even surprising that this is Wendy Murphy's son, because, I mean, I see attorneys on Twitter commenting on her posts going, "You are a fucking buffoon. You have no idea what you're talking about. You should be disbarred. Nobody should ever." I've even been like, I can't believe people retain you for their services. For your services. I can't believe that people pay you money. It is crazy. You have no sense of logic whatsoever. Yeah, I know he went after Melanie Little too. He's a fucking douchebag. Guy's an idiot. Man.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a 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 super chat. Super chat.
Okay. Thank you, JDG Gauza. I don't know how to say your name, but thank you. My 5-year-old loves the super chat song. I love that your 5-year-old loves the super chat song. I do, but I hate that your 5-year-old watches my channel. Stop showing your kids this channel. What are you doing? Stop it. This is not a channel for children. Oh my God. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to parent. If I know that there's kids watching, man, like it's going to make me feel like, oh, I got to like hold back. I got to like, I don't want to do that. This is not a channel for children. This is not a channel for children. Don't let your kids watch this channel, please. Like, I mean, your kids should never even be exposed to this guy.
Yeah, I've only been on it just for that.
He's still pouting.
Yeah.
He's still pouting. Oh, now it's a stare down count.
To you, you are an accused rapist. You sent a video.
Yeah. Shut up, you dummy. Hold on. I've got to like. There's more. There's another one. I didn't even go over that one. That was another one that I went over, but I think it was like the same encounter. I think there's like 2 videos of the same encounter. But that was just fucking beautiful. Is this the one that I just watched? Okay, no. Okay, here we go. How long is this? This was only 23 seconds, but let's watch it. I mean, look at him.
Raping Lindsay Gattani to her.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Fucking accused rapist. You want me to tell them about the text messages and the video you sent of you raping Lindsay? Fucking accused rapist. Get out of my fucking line. Fuck you.
Get out of my fucking line. Fuck you. Like, everyone there is so uncomfortable. That one dude just looked over like, bruh.
We're not getting it because she was here ahead of you.
Oh my God.
And you admitted.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. This is the one I went over before. Again, this is all what's leading up to what I'm going to play here and go over.
You may leave the line to go get food. You may leave the line to go to the bathroom. You may leave the line to go get food. You may be an accused rapist who admitted to their crime and sent a video of it to their victim, Lindsay Gattani. You may do that. We may allow Matt Johnson or whoever the fuck to go to the bathroom or go get food.
Okay.
Fuck off.
So who put Boston 25's thing there?
Whoever the fuck worked for Ted Daniel and was here last night.
Okay.
You weren't here, were you? Were you here when Matt Johnson put that down? No. Were you here when he
Nobody
took a
seems
video?
to be here
No.
when Matt Johnson was
Because people work shifts. Get someone to fucking work
Well,
for
who's
you.
working the shift right now?
So what's interesting is Turtle Boy's just trying to get into the courthouse. Like he's trying to get a seat in the courtroom. And rightfully so. I mean, if anybody's fucking earned it, you know, besides family, loved ones, he has. I mean, it's just true. And at least with the press, you know what I mean? Considering like he's the one who blew this story up. He's the reason why all of the press is so interested in the case now. That's a fact. Again, you may not like that fact, but it is a fact. And so he doesn't know exactly how it works. And he's trying to find out. And the way it's being explained to him is by this dickhead. And so comedically aggressively as well, which is just fun. This guy, you can't take this guy seriously. Nobody takes this guy seriously.
Now from WBZ, I don't see.
They're over there, you fucking moron.
Okay. Well, what about Court TV? Who's
Wherever the fuck they went.
Okay. Okay.
You need to understand you control nothing here. You are at the whims of your colleagues who outvote and outnumber you by
Was there
a
really
lot.
a vote? Was there a
It's
vote?
not a vote, you moron. We're telling you with our eyes that
Who's
you
we?
are to respect the line.
Is that true? Is there a we here? Was there a vote that took place or something?
It's not a democracy, you moron.
Well, that's what voting usually is.
Right. It is a collective consensus that you may leave the line, you moron.
Was there
Are to respect the line.
really a vote? Was there a
It's
vote?
not a vote, you moron. We're telling you with our eyes that
Who's
you
we?
are to respect the line.
Is that true? Is there a we here? Was there a vote that took place or something?
It's not a democracy, you moron.
He
Well,
just
that's
said
what
there was
voting
a vote,
usually is.
though.
Right. It is a.
Hold on.
Well, who's working this year?
No,
Matt Johnson was here.
because people work shifts. Get someone to fucking work
Well,
for
who's
you.
working the shift right now from WBZ? I don't see.
They're over there, you fucking moron.
Okay. Well, what about Court TV? Who's working
Wherever the fuck they went.
Okay. Okay.
You need to understand you control nothing here. You are at the whims of your colleagues who outvote and outnumber you by
Is there
a
Who
really a vote? Was there a
outvote?
It's not a vote.
He just said it. Who outvote? And so Turtle Boy's like, okay, so there was a vote. They voted to not have me here. Mandolin Win, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Oh, you moron. We're telling you with our eyes that
Who's
you
we?
are to respect the line.
Is that true? Is there a we here? Was there a vote that took place or something?
It's not a democracy, you moron.
Well, that's what voting usually is.
Right. It is a collective consensus that you may leave the line to go to the bathroom.
People get here and they put chairs because they're doing camera shots and they got to come back.
Yep.
So it's kind of understood that if you have a chair here,
Okay.
you've got to.
So you can just come here at 7 o'clock and put
You
a
can
chair
come
here.
here
and
at
leave.
8 p.m. the night before.
I don't know. I get here at 4 in the morning
Okay.
and I'm paid by Channel 7.
Oh,
$80 an hour
don't
to be
even-
here.
Okay. Yeah.
See, there's where Turtle Boy goes, okay, all right, I see what I got to do. Channel 7, this guy's like, Channel 7 pays me to sit here and save a spot. And I think he said something like $80. Did he say $80 an hour? That's insane. That's it's fucking great.
Don't even engage with him.
No. So, all right. So, because I'm new to this. So,
No,
Right.
you're not.
See, Grant knows. Grant knew. He knew right there. He was like, okay, like you just gave Turtle Boy an idea. Don't engage with him. You just let him know how it works. Because during all of that, while he's falsely accusing him of rape and screaming and cussing at him and just verbally assaulting him. He's like, he understands the fact that the gentleman sitting there is like, well, Channel 7 pays me like $80 an hour to sit here, save a spot. And he's like, fuck, don't engage with him. Because Turtle Boy at this point, his wheels start turning and he goes, okay, I'm going to get a spot. And I'm going to get a spot like close to Grant if I can. But probably not. I'm just speculating here. But he ends up at least 2 spaces, at least 2 people are between him and Grant when he finally gets a seat in the courthouse yesterday. Now, remember, this is a couple days ago.
Somebody's put the chair. Like, if I just happen to oversleep and come now, I don't have a right. If Curtis puts his chair here, I don't say, well,
We don't
Curtis,
cut.
I've been here every day at 4, but I overslept today. Sorry.
So all you have to do is just come here at 7, night
Right.
put your chair first, and you
You
can
have
go
to
back
stay
home.
here.
You have to stay here.
They have crews that are
Well, who was
here.
staying here from Boston 25 News?
Oh, there was like 6 people. Here.
Was there?
Like Grant's, you can see like how his wheels turn as well. Like he's focused just on the negative, you know. He's like he's taking it as though that guy is saying it and joining Grant's little crusade to hate Turtle Boy, and he's going, oh, thank you for the PayPal, Sandra. Thank you so much. He's he's just jumping. He thinks that this guy is joining his crusade to hate Turtle Boy. It's really, really fun to see this happen, because he's basically saying, like, if I get up, if I leave, you know, well, then somebody else comes and puts their chair there, then they put their chair there, you know. So that's how it works. He's just explaining to him how it works. And Grant's looking at it like, see, you can't just cut. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, shut up, man. This guy's giving me information here that I need.
There's 6 people from Boston 25 News here. Is that true?
They're out doing
Live shots all fucking. You are a fucking moron.
Okay.
They literally sleep there.
They literally sleep. Okay.
You are so dumb. It's not even funny. You're not getting in. Just give up.
He's a person wrestling.
I mean,
and you're certainly not stealing someone's spot because you didn't.
You know who the most annoying people are, bro? I got to tell you, the most annoying people that walk this fucking planet, and there's a shit ton of them right now. I mean, a shit ton of them. The most annoying people that walk this planet right now, that have their feet going 1 foot in front of the other on this fucking tierra, bro, this fucking earth, are people who you don't hit because you feel too guilty to hit them. And they know it. They fucking know it. That dude fucking knows that if Turtle Boy just grabs him by the fucking throat, get off the fucking stairs, you stupid fuck. He knows that this dude is going to play victim and whine and bitch. God, he assaulted me. He assaulted me. Ah! The JLRs, the Bullhorn Bettys, the Grant Smith Ellises, those are the most annoying fucking people on the goddamn planet. The people who know that you feel too guilty to hit them because they're either frail or mentally somehow fucking discombobulated in some way. I mean, I don't know. Now, here's the thing is, it's not because Grant is supposedly on the spectrum. He knows the difference between right and wrong. He knows the difference. This guy has created a persona for himself, or tried to. What he tries to create is a persona for himself to where he knows he's out for justice and understands the difference between right and wrong and fights on the right side of justice and getting the truth. Yet he fucking lies constantly about people. He lies about them. He tells blatant, horrible lies while reciting the law and saying something is wrong and explaining why it's wrong. Not only does he know right from wrong, he wants to shove in your face that he knows more about right and wrong than you do. So, but my issue is not, and I don't think it's anyone's. It's not that he's on the spectrum, which he claims he is. I don't know, maybe. But he knows the difference between right and wrong, and yet he continues to fucking do fucked up, horrible shit and treat people like shit. He knows not to act that way in front of a child. Right? So it's because the reason why you feel guilty, just fucking iron clawing his face and going, move, get out of my fucking way, is because it's so easy to do physically. It's because he's such a fucking pussy. It's because he cannot fucking stand up for himself physically. So you would feel bad physically engaging with him. But at the same time, he comes off as the kind of person who needs it worse than anybody. But those days are gone. You're not teaching somebody a lesson by whooping their ass anymore. It used to be like that. Now you're just adding to their need to play victim. A guy like that is only going to use it against you. Genitalia riches is only going to use it against you. He's going to use it to get sympathy on the internet. He's going to use it to grift for money. He's going to use it to fucking bring charges and get a story going. So people, YouTubers start going, what's the latest in the Turtle Boy and Grant Smith Ellis assault saga? Let's go over that. Because that's exactly what would happen. And his fucking Twitter would blow up. His blog would blow up. This is what they want. That is why they are the most annoying people on the planet. Because you want to, because I don't hate the guy, but I'll tell you, I want to smack the shit out of him. Because the instinct in me, going back, because I'm old, going back to days as a kid, that's how you fucking, if all else fails, you whoop somebody's ass and then they learn. And then they go, fuck, you know what? I probably shouldn't have fucking been a dick. I probably shouldn't have done that shit. Probably shouldn't have said that shit to that person. That's usually it's what used to happen. It doesn't happen anymore. Now, people like this play victim. Now, it just adds. That's why people like this are the most annoying people on the planet. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's just a fact, at least to me. Obviously, your opinion of what the most annoying person on the planet would differ from mine, but I think most of you would agree that my reason for feeling that way is pretty fucking valid. I mean, you can't do shit to this guy. What are you going to do? You just got to sit there and take his shit. You know what I mean? It sucks.
You didn't get here in time.
By my count, I'm number 10.
No, you're actually 11 or 12.
Well, I count 10 if Portuguese.
See what I mean? Like, it's just the look of him. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't consciously, see myself. If I fucking ever hit that guy, I would feel guilty. I would feel bad. Because it wouldn't be a fight. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be. So not only would I feel guilty about it, it wouldn't even do any good. It would do him no good. It would do me no good. He would play victim. It would just add to exactly what you're trying to fucking knock right out of him. It would just add to it. So you can't do nothing. You can't do shit. That shit is so annoying. That shit is so irritating. No, if you're a girl, you can't either. No, you can't. You can never put your hands on people, dude. That shit's not okay. It's not. But it's like, It totally became never okay. Because at one point in time, that's what I'm trying to say, to fucking go full boomer here. Like, at one point in time, it was acceptable. It was acceptable because it worked. It was effective. You could whip somebody's fucking ass and then they learned a lesson. It doesn't happen anymore. That's why it's never okay to put your hands on anything. There's never an excuse. You're just putting your hands on somebody just to fucking hurt them and satisfy your sick need to hurt somebody. I don't have a sick need to hurt that guy. I don't want to hurt that guy. But I like, when you have tried everything, you know, and then there's like, well, what else is there? There's not even that. You know what I mean? There's not even that. It used to be that way, where it was like the last resort was, okay, you fuck the person up and they learn. Hey, I'm sorry I had to do that, man. But fuck, dude, you're being a fucking loudmouth piece of shit. And you need to fucking shut up. Sorry I had to do that. You know? Like, most people back in the day, like, that's why it almost never happens anymore. Like, because most people back in the day, like, never actually wanted to fucking hit somebody. They just felt like, dude, I got to do it. It's got to be done. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't do it, I'm not a man. You know, certain situations, other situations like that, it's like, somebody's got to fucking teach this kid, you know, like, better me than somebody who actually really wants to hurt him. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't fly anymore. That shit just doesn't fly anymore because people like that don't learn. They've got an entire society now telling them that it's okay to feel absolutely entitled to anything that they want, regardless of how it affects other people. It's crazy. It's crazy. You got colleges like doing it. Look at the difference. No need to read out. Oh, well, sorry, it's a little late. If you plan to come to the Los Angeles, email the discount code for the Omni. Oh, right on. That's awesome. Thank you, Banksy. Again, people, I'd love to do that. And I've gotten so much like kind, hospitable like offers from locals there in Massachusetts to go, and I really want to go, trust me. And if I can, I will. It's just I have certain logistical issues here that I may or may not be able to get around, and if I can get around them, I assure you I will go out there and visit. I absolutely will. I want to at least spend a day with those people that are standing out there in that courthouse every single day, man. That it's the least I could do. And I'm dying to do that, just to hang out with them for a day at the very least. So, but if I can, I will. But that's very useful. Thank you so much for that. Fucking the Omni, fuck yeah. Yeah, dude, like, I don't, that's the whole point, is like, I don't, it's not that I like have this desire to fucking hurt the guy. I'm just trying to make the point that, like, it used to be the dirty job that nobody wanted to do. Like, somebody's got to fucking teach this fool a lesson. You know what I mean? That used to be the mentality for dudes like that. And now it's just not, because now, again, you've got an entire society teaching people like this that it's okay to be like that and to feel absolutely entitled to anything they want, and to you know, and how it doesn't matter how it affects anybody else. Like, people who think that their college educations just come out of the fucking sky, you know? And then you've got fucking Sanders coming along and being like, oh, the rich people will pay for it. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, use your brain. And they're just feeding off that entitlement, that type of, you know what I mean? They're just feeding off of that entitlement. And it's like, it doesn't do anybody any good. It helps Bernie Sanders, but it doesn't even do those college kids any good, you know? Because guess what? The quality of your education is going to go down. That's just how that's going to work. The quality of your education is just going to diminish. And I mean, And guess what? The thing is like nobody seems to like, oh, well, we'll just get the rich people to pay for it. Well, think about rich people. You got to understand, rich people are rich for two reasons. One, because they know how to get rich, obviously. But two, this is the part that people most forget, is they know how to fucking stay rich. That's why they're rich, because they know how to stay rich. You think they're not going to keep their money? It's just how it works. It's how the world turns. You know what I mean? You don't have to be an educated mind to see this. It's just how the world works. You know? I guess you just adapt, dude. Do the best you can. You know? Work your ass off. You know? Like there's a fucking t-shirt. It's a little too cliche for me that I'm not ever going to wear, but I see it all the time when I'm scrolling through Instagram, and it says, nobody cares. Work harder. Absolutely. Nobody fucking cares. Work harder. Nobody cares about your fucking excuses. You know what I mean? See me sitting up here whining about, oh, why does this person have 100,000 subscribers and I only have this one? Dude, I'm too busy being grateful for the fucking few that I have, you know, and then is growing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't even know why the fuck you people are here, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. You're enjoying it, and we're having a nice time. And I choose to focus on the gratitude in that. And this way, I'm never unsatisfied and I'm never unhappy. It's amazing. It's an amazing formula. I am never, ever unhappy because of that. I have found a way to where if I manage, like how to manage, I'm going on a rant here. I apologize. We'll get back to the Karen Reed and stuff, the other stuff, I promise, but I'm going on a rant here. But I've managed a way to where, like, would you struggle if you struggle with depression and anxiety? Like it sucks. It's fucked up. And there are times where you fucking, you're just down. You have no idea why. But focusing on being grateful is the best exercise that I have ever applied. Because then I know for certain that when I'm depressed, I'm not depressed for any reason. It's just my thing that I have to manage and deal with. And it makes it easier to deal with. I can tell when it's happening. It's just my depression kicking in. What are you depressed about? I have no reason to be depressed. So, but I don't know why. So, well, I guess I'll just go to the gym. I guess I'll just, start focusing on things I'm grateful for. And then, so on and so forth. It works for me, But see, now we live in a society where this is not encouraged. And it seems so simple. It just seems simple to just simply be grateful for the shit you've got. And yet nobody, for some reason we're taught now, or children are taught that it's absolutely okay to feel like what somebody else has got should be better in your pocket. Why? It's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. And it's totally okay to be a victim all the time. It's totally okay to whine and complain about your problems as though literally everyone around you doesn't have any problems of their own. For some reason, this is all okay now. It's mind-blowing. As an addiction counselor, gratitude is the first thing I have my clients focus on. Chantel Caesar, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's totally. I mean, it's great. It's a win. It's a guaranteed win. If you're genuinely grateful for the shit you've got, it's a guaranteed win. You cannot be unhappy. You have no reason to be unhappy. That's it. And if you could find the blessings even in the fucking trials and tribulations, which is hard to do. I have a hard time. Everybody has a hard. I'm not sitting here saying that I don't have a hard time with it. I'm saying that if you can manage to get to a point to where you can actually find blessings in your trials and tribulations and the challenges in your life, dude, you're fucking winning. You're winning. It makes it that much easier to get through. It's like you've got a wheelbarrow, you're stuck, the wheel is stuck in a hole in the ground, and then you finally get it out of there and you get moving. It's still a struggle, and you got to keep that wheelbarrow balanced, but at least you got it out of that hole by finding the blessing in the fact that you were able to keep that wheelbarrow moving, you know? Like, nobody taught Grant this. Nobody taught this man this. You know what I mean? Like, nobody taught Coffindoffer this. Nobody taught Bullhorn Betty this or Jonathan Lee Riches this. Or they tried to, and they were just too much of an asshole to even take it in. It's just, yeah, it's mind-blowing. So, but then you take a guy like Turtle Boy, right? What's his response to this? He assesses the information. He ignores him, focuses on the positive, which is the gentleman who's sitting there who works for Channel 7 explaining how you get a chair. He troubleshot, came up with a solution, and then he decides he's going to do this. Oh, wait, sorry. So here he's got a bunch of pizzas, and he's got people sitting there because he wants to get in that fucking courtroom.
It's okay. Grant can have some pizza. We're better than Grant.
Hey. How does that seem to be honored if she's not here?
Yeah, that's what I said. There should be a time limit, and it should be considered abandoned.
It makes no sense.
What? Yeah, right. I told them I was good because I only stayed to meet you. I came here, I ordered coffee and a box of Joe and a box of coffee for everybody. And I said, I'm going to steal this your cake home with me.
You should. What's up, people? Let's see. All right, guys. So I lost the connection there, I guess. We're live here. We're at Norfolk Superior Courthouse. All right. We got a crew of people here manning the stations. We're not getting left out this time. We're not having a repeat of Hump Day. Grant, you thought you could kick me out. You can't do it, buddy. You can't do it. So how this works is, apparently, we brought pizza. That's how we roll. Oh, we have the second shift that's coming in. So we got, let's see. Hello, you're the second shift? Okay. 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 Oh, excellent. Okay. And what's your name? Oh, okay. Aiden, nice to meet you. Pleasure. So yeah. So look at, guys, I'm live right now. So look at. No, it's cool. So this is how this works, right? Like, so you guys might have seen it the other day. Grant thought he could kick me out of here. I showed up at like 5:30 in the morning. I was like 11th in line. He's got all these seats lined up with all these TV stations, and people are sitting in the chairs because only 10 reporters get in. So my media pass is kind of useless if I can't get in. So what we did at 4:30, they let you put chairs up, and Grant comes out and does this. So yeah, so great. So he put Gretchen. Gretchen.
I don't think we'd ever say no.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, have a drink. Oh. Yeah, hold on. Oh. I think so. All right. So we got Gretchen Voss's chair. So Grant set that up. And then Grant, Court TV, Turtle Boy Daily News. We're fourth in line. A pizza, so that doesn't count. Oh, it is. CBS Boston, The Globe. What's WBTS? I don't even know. That's it? WBTS? NBC. And then we got Can TV and WHDH Channel 7. So we got the ninth chair. That is the ninth chair. Are you from okay. Do they pay you to do this or? I'm just dropping it now. They're gonna send somebody. Okay, so they're not required to. See,
Yeah.
I always thought that. So like we don't even.
And if I was making $80 an hour, I sure as fuck wouldn't have told nobody about it. I've been like, none of your fucking business how much they're paying me, dude. Don't worry about what they're fucking paying me.
We're having guys stationed here all night. We have shifts going on, so I can get in tomorrow. And but apparently you could just leave a chair. So that's good for future reference. We'll find out. So, because like, you know, I feel like it should be a rule. Like, if you're, this is bullshit. Like, why should Gretchen Voss's chair stay here? It should move to the back of the line, right? All of them. We're the only ones here camping out. We should get in first tomorrow. Period.
I mean,
you just can't just put a chair.
I agree with that shit. What is that bullshit? Like that you could just put a no, the whole if there are people out there are people out there for a reason. Why the fuck didn't everybody just put a sign with their name, with the name of the reporter on the chair, and then just go home? Just go home, watch SVU, play some GTA 5. You know, hey, I put that chair there. Why would they pay that much money too? You know what I mean? Like, if you could just do that. I'm not paying somebody $80 an hour when I could just fucking slap a sticker on a chair. The fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, what is Grant thinking, dude? The fuck is that? I would have ripped the shit off. I would have just taken the chair and thrown it in the fucking lawn. Like, that's why I'm talking about spending a day there. I can't just hang out and fucking, dude, there's too much crazy shit going on. And every time, like, I don't have the temperament for that shit, man. I'm serious. I don't have the fucking temperament for it. Like, I'm sure that if I'm in that situation, I'll be fine. I'm just saying, like, watching the shit, like, in the comfort of my home, I lose my shit when I see stupid shit like this. I'm like, dude, what? Dude, I lost my shit when I heard Beverly Cannoni. Dude, I feel like if I was sitting in that courtroom, I would have been like, you're a fucking fraud, lady. I would have yelled at her. Bailiff, remove that man. You know, like, I would have been booted like that because I would have fucking said something. I don't even know if I would have been able to refrain, like, being like, you know, shit, excuse me, sorry. But that's what I'm saying is you guys, man, you guys are fucking heroes, Tom CPU. Seriously, man. Because you guys, with all the bullshit that you guys have been going through, you guys have been so fucking, like, steadfast in setting a good example and showing that the rumors about the protests and these people who support Turtle Boy it's lies. It's just lies. And the world is seeing it now. Dude, Tom is past 7,000 subs now, on his way to 10, as he should be, because Tom is out there every single day and has been for every hearing, just showing the protesters outside. I've said it 100 times. I'm going to keep saying it. What's going on outside that courtroom is just as important as what's going on inside that courtroom. Make no mistake about that.
Chair down and leave? Nonsense. Nonsense. If you don't have a network of people to support you, then you're out of here. All right? It's bullshit. So, you know. Anyway, so as of right now, I'm fourth getting in. You know, I don't see why I shouldn't get in tomorrow. It's a good day to be in tomorrow. I'm kind of glad I missed Wednesday. That was horrible. Horrible. I couldn't listen to all that. But tomorrow's going to be better. Brian Albert and Nicole Albert, I'm sure. Both of them walked in today, meaning like they might have had to go today, but went a little long with the Alberts, you know, Chris and Julie. So we can assume we're going to start with them tomorrow after Julie Albert finishes her shellacking that he's given her. So we're going to start with that tomorrow. And then we get to Nicole probably, and then Brian. We get to hear Brian speak for the first time. And boy, are they going to have a lot of questions for him. Imagine that cross-examination. So they can't hide. Brian Albert moved to Norwood, but he can't hide anymore. He's got to answer some questions. Not from me, from attorneys, right? Nobody should fear me, but I don't want to mess with Alan Jackson.
Right.
Just saying. So anyway.
Like, here it is. I mean, how does it not look like, okay, well, we want this Turtle Boy person removed from the courtroom because we just don't like him and we don't think that it's right that the witness has to see him. Well, wrong. I mean, it is right that the witness has to see him, because now the irony of all this is in a nutshell, folks. The attorneys are up there asking these witnesses the very same questions that Turtle Boy asked them. I mean, why should they feel intimidated? If they have nothing to hide, why should they feel intimidated? Think about that for a second. I will repeat that one more time. The attorneys are asking these witnesses the same questions that Turtle Boy asked them. Now, they're asking more questions, obviously, and they're asking them in a courtroom as opposed to with Turtle Boy kind of chasing him down the street with his phone in their face, sure. But the fact is that it's the same questions, basically. So, like, why should they feel intimidated? That's very telling about Turtle Boy's case. Why should they feel intimidated? We're talking about questions that Judge Beverly Cannoni has approved. Questions that she's like, yes, you can ask about this, and yes, you can ask about that. Oh, man. Big thank you to you and
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Toochman Family Fun and Resale. Is that a real company name, man? Thank you so much. Cynthia, thank you.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Cynthia Lynch, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now you got like the super chat song makes me laugh all over again.
Anyway, so we're out here, and people are saying move the chair. If they give you a hard time, it's witness intimidation. It basically is, because I'm a witness. So there's that. Let's see. You know, your chair would disappear if it was unsupervised. Absolutely, it would. Absolutely. This isn't South Boston. You can't put the chairs down. I know. I wouldn't trust a chair, but all these people trust chairs. You know, like, look at all these chairs. It's all these chairs. People trust them. I don't know. But yeah, so the 8:30 to 12:30 shift just arrived, and then we have a 12:30 to 4:30 shift, and then we got a 4:30 guy coming, and then I'll take.
This is what annoys me about the people that are like, you have these people that are just like, yes, Turtle Boy belongs in jail. When he got locked up, everybody was like, woo, justice. You know, not everybody I'm saying, but his haters, they were like, yes. You know, and it's like, I went over all of his charges. Like, took me like a week. I went over like all his charges, and none of them were anything that would stick in front of a jury. None of it. None of it. So, you know, this is part of the Commonwealth's job, is to assess, like, all right, well, if I were to take this shit in front of a jury, would we get a conviction? No. Well, then we're not even going to charge him. There's not enough. That's how it works. That's how Barry Morphew got off the first time. I remember I was talking to my friend, and I was like, who's also a creator, and I was like, well, you know, I was like, she was like, did you see Barry Morphew he got charged? And I was like, yeah, but that DA, man, she didn't look too confident. And then she's like, no, she looked confident to me. And I was like, well, I don't know, man. She didn't seem too confident. Sure enough, they didn't have enough evidence. This dude had the means to hire a good attorney. They didn't have enough evidence. Do I think that Barry Morphew is guilty? This is before they found her body, by the way. Before they found Suzanne Morphew's body, his wife. I was like, do I think he's guilty? Yeah. Personally, I would not say that shit publicly. On my channel, I wouldn't say it, but in private with this person, I was like, yeah, I think he's fucking guilty as fuck. And and so sure enough, what happens? His charges are dismissed without prejudice. Right? Which means he can be charged again. He can be charged again. Right? But they didn't have enough. And I was like, there it is. You didn't have a body. You didn't have nothing. But now they found her body. They found the fucking dart that this dude had. He tranquilized her. They found her body, and they found traces in her during her autopsy of the same shit that the same tranquilizer shit he had on his darts. So, I mean, he's done. He's cooked. That should be enough. Even that, a good lawyer could probably figure some way out of that. But the thing is they don't want to lose cases, right? Generally, a DA's office simply doesn't want to lose cases. So a DA's office is never going to move forward unless they have indisputable evidence. Basically, we have the privilege right now. We have the advantage right now of watching something happen in real time. Now, this is what I believe is happening, okay? But make no mistake that when it finally becomes a thing, you're going to know that I knew what I was talking about. But this is what I truly believe, that right now the feds are conducting their independent investigation into Michael Morrissey's Norfolk County DA's office. This is absolutely happening, and it's taking a long time. And then you have the idiots who just hate Turtle Boy, who want to see Karen Reed convicted because they hate Turtle Boy, which is asinine. And so these excuse me, this trial, this federal investigation, these people are saying, well, the feds are, why haven't they swooped in? Why haven't they swooped in? Why haven't they started handing out indictments? Why haven't they started putting people in handcuffs? If the feds are coming, why haven't they come already? Well, because the feds are actually conducting the investigation in the way that Michael Proctor should have conducted the investigation into John O'Keefe's death. It takes time to build a case. And to build a case, the goal is to get it to a point to where a jury can collectively go back into a deliberation and go, this person is absolutely guilty. I mean, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that this person committed this crime. You know? But the prosecution hasn't done that. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has not done that. This is why it should have never even gone to trial. It should have never even gotten past the grand jury. Never. Should have never happened. And we're seeing why. I mean, look at us. We're about to start the third week of the prosecution's case against Karen Reed. The third week into it. And it's supposed to be what, 4 total? Maybe 5? And yet, we have yet to see one shred of any damning evidence against Karen Reed presented by the prosecution that is either physical or circumstantial or otherwise. There is absolutely no evidence that has been shown by the prosecution that is in any way, shape, or form damning to Karen Reed. As a matter of fact, the defense has somehow made all of the prosecution's witnesses their witnesses through either a lack of preparation by Lolly, an excellent sense of strategy and cross-examination by Yannetti and Jackson and Eliza Little, or through catching them on lies. Because nobody had anything negative to say about Karen. They were like, either I didn't know her or her and John seem to get along great. There goes the motive. They're trying to, if you're sitting here going, well, wait a second, they're getting to the physical stuff. The only strategy that would make sense for the prosecution to do is to go and establish motive with the jury first before bringing in the physical evidence to go, this is why she did it, and this is how she did it. No doubt about it. But they have failed in the motive aspect, in the leading up to getting to the physical evidence part, which the physical evidence we already know is going to be destroyed by the defense. I'm not even getting into that yet. I'm trying to say that this entire line of questioning, this entire cavalcade of witnesses that have testified for the prosecution so far were put there. The design was to establish Karen Reed's motive, and they have failed. To say that they have failed is an understatement. And now we're going to start getting into the physical evidence soon. Because Jen McCabe hasn't even taken the stand yet. Jen McCabe's, she hasn't even taken the stand yet. Once the jury hears about that 2:27 a.m. Google search, you think the jury, think about it, you think the jury is going to now hear, this is the factor that wasn't there before. Think about this. Remember how everybody looked at, this is all about perspective here. Remember how everybody looked at, okay, well, the prosecution does have an expert that claims that the 6:30 search, whatever time it was the same as the 6:27 search, right? That there was a wall, and with the new version of the new iPhone, the update, blah 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 blah, bullshit, all smoke and mirrors. Funny that the prosecution is presenting the doubt and not the defense. Interesting, right? So this prosecution now, they're in a position where they're going to do this. But the thing is we already assumed when we were talking about this, because I even looked at it like, okay, well, it all depends on how the jury's going to look at it. And the jury, I mean, if they don't know shit about phones, this could confuse them. It could work. The prosecution could go, hey, we've got an expert in this and that. But the thing is it's clearly smoke and mirrors. And the only way that the prosecution is going to be able to sell that to a bunch of common sense jurors is if they like the prosecution. That jury does not like the prosecution so far. I guarantee you, the jury loves Karen Reed's defense right now. And when the prosecution comes up with that bullshit fucking smoke and mirrors fucking misdirection trick about the Celebrite data, the jury's going to go, come on, man. The jury's going to be sitting there going, I can't wait to hear what Cross has to say about this. That's what every juror is going to be sitting there thinking. While Lolly is up there talking about, they're going to go, I can't wait for Cross. And that's I'm wondering if the defense is going to bring up their federal witness first. And then Lolly will have to cross them. But either way, the jury has to like the prosecution for that bullshit to work. They have to already be engaged. If he's going to put on this bullshit magic show that could only fool a simpleton, well, he needs to have an audience of simpletons who are, yay, magic, yay, what's he going to do? He doesn't have that. The Commonwealth does not have that. That defense is that jury is now owned by the defense. The defense owns that jury. The jury loves the defense. That's undeniable. Hell, people who have been sitting there have come out and said, hey, dude, every time, I think it was Jenna Rocco that said it. When Lolly is up there, the jury looks bored. And then as soon as Jackson or Yannetti come up there, they're at the edge of their seats. They're engaged. What's up, Olivia Nile? It's good to see you. They're engaged, like totally. Because This bullshit smoke and mirrors, this misdirection trick that they're trying to do with the Celebrite thing is it's so risky. It's so risky because we're talking about phone records here, people. We're talking about phone records that are going to be shown up on the screen that say 2:27 a.m. House long to die in cold. Deleted? Yes, no, check mark under yes. They're going to see that. And the fact of the matter is the defense is going to go, how do you delete half a search? Because the other one wasn't searched. Jen McCabe is going to be made out to be a liar before this even takes place. The jury's already going to know that Jen McCabe is a liar before this even happens. So when it happens, the jury's going to be sitting there going, I wonder how she's going to lie her way out of this one. There's going to be no credibility to the prosecution by the time that 2:27 a.m. search issue comes up. There's going to be no credibility with that jury at that point. Let's go back to seeing what Turtle Boy does here.
Take over from there. So anyway, let's see. I see Jess is in the chat. Machado, I see her there. Can someone leave a chair for me? You could, Jess. If Gretchen Voss can just leave a chair with her name on it, Jess, why can't you? Real talk. Like, why can't you? Yeah, you could. Like, right. If I had a spare chair for you, just throw one up there with your name on it, and you would be the 10th one in. You would get in over like the Herald, and I don't see Boston 25 News, do you?
And I wonder what the other reporters are saying about that. Like, what the fuck am I doing sitting here if they could just throw chairs here with their names on it?
Nope, they're not here. Snooze, you lose, Ted. Imagine Ted Daniel got left out of court because Grant Smidelis and Gretchen Voss got in. Like, they were both in Ratchet Madness. Like, how does that work? So, was that? Oh yeah. Get pizza. Help yourself. Sorry. Anyway, guys. So I'm gonna end the stream now. But see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. We'll be here at the courthouse for Brian Alpert Day. Peace, Turtle Riders. I know. I go to the New England School of Law. I don't know. I just think it should be respectful. Like, he was so respectful earlier. I don't know. I don't know. I know because it's easier not to address. All right. Good morning, guys.
So that poor guy right there later on has Tom talks to him, and then this poor guy basically is just at this point, by the time Tom gets to him, he's sick and tired of it all. And it's like, how about if everyone just goes the fuck away with, like, in the nicest way possible, basically says, if everyone just goes the fuck away, maybe this guy will shut the fuck up, meaning Grant. Lola Blue, thank you. Is Bev ruining her reputation or doesn't she care? I feel like, I don't know. I didn't even know that, Olivia, now, but we're going to get into that. We're basically going in real time. I'm going to go over mostly what I'm going to focus on here is Turtle Boy's ejection from the courtroom, which I think needs to be talked about more, honestly. But I'm glad everyone got to see it because this is what we've been following for months. We've been seeing this shit happen. Oh my god, I skipped one, but I gotta do it. I
think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Annie, thank you so much. Thank you for covering this case. Love the commentary. I love you guys being here, man. Seriously, these are amazing. Yeah, so a lot of us have been following the Turtle Boy stuff for months. Again, you can't properly tell the Karen Reed, John O'Keefe story in full without telling the Turtle Boy story. I mean, it's a fact you're just not going to be able to escape from.
Yeah, but you don't have to sleep past your alarm.
And you feel differently, I'll change my day. I know, good reason. You don't need to whatever.
All right, good morning, guys. How you guys doing out here? We're live from the press box. Good morning, people. Bus stop live from the press box. All right. So, all right. Woo. All right, we're here with Grant's here. So I'm in the media line. We're like, this is the line behind me. And then there's Grant, dressed for court again, as you can see. Looking sharp. I just got here. The shifts worked. It worked. So anyway, guys. All right, guys, it's go time. Welcome. I'm at.
So he had shifts and it worked, and so he's there in the morning. This is yesterday morning. So he's got a seat.
Norfolk Superior Court right now. I am fourth in line behind Court TV. Grant Smith Ellison, that's Gretchen's chair. She's first in line somehow, even though she doesn't work for anyone or have a job or isn't writing a story on this. So I don't think he has changed. He's like, hey, thank you very much, Matt. Great meeting you, pal. Great. So we have some very dedicated volunteers last night.
Oh, and I absolutely, let me be very clear about this. I absolutely get him, Clover. Get it, buddy. Get it. I absolutely suspect the Commonwealth of paying people for PR. Most definitely. I suspect them of paying Jennifer Coffendorfer. I suspect them of even possibly paying Grant. I suspect them of paying certain people on Court TV, possibly. Because I just don't know how people could just be so fucking like this Julie. What's her name? Julie something. I don't know how she could just be so blatantly fucking foolish. She fucking tweeted like, why were there no fucking footprints in the snow when that picture was taken, which was like at like, I don't know, fucking way early in the way later in the morning, like way later than Julie Grant. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was Grant and I was getting confused because of Grant. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. She's a fucking moron. Like straight up. Sorry. But I mean, dude, she was like, why were there, dude, because what do you mean? Why? There was a blizzard. Of course there were no footprints. There was a blizzard. But there were footprints when they were fucking blowing the fucking snowblower or the leaf blower around, blowing all evidence all over the place. Like, I see this. That's what I'm saying is like somebody, there's no way you can get a job on TV with a background of being in law in some way, shape, or form on a channel called Court TV and have a complete and total dismissal of common sense unless you're fucking dirty. Unless somebody's fucking paying you to be that fucking stupid. You have to be paid to be that stupid. There's no way that she's just stupid like that on her own. I just don't believe it. You know, I mean, there's no way.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat.
It's Susan M. Thank you. Will, how do you feel about Bev making the jurors leave all their notes, etc., in that room? Honestly, I don't think that is. In theory, I'm not a lawyer, never worked in a courtroom before. I have no idea. But having followed court trials before, having followed trials, criminal trials, murder trials before, I mean, it doesn't seem uncommon. When I think about it, I feel like they've always done that. Every judge has done that because you're not supposed to talk about the case outside of the courtroom. So I would assume, I mean, they can't stop you from thinking about the case, but taking anything that somebody could get a hold of and know about, you know, sharing notes with someone else. I mean, it's not abnormal, right, Olivia? That's what I'm saying. It's like, it seems like a precaution to make sure an actual precaution to ensure that Karen Reed gets a fair trial. That's an actual precaution that would help ensure that. Olivia Nelson says leaving the notes in the room is not abnormal, but in case such rampant corruption, it makes us all nervous naturally. Great point. Because why is she being because she does this. She's been doing this. I feel like there's certain things that she's been kind of being consistent with. Well, she hasn't been consistent at all, except for seemingly showing favoritism to the prosecution. But once in a while, she has to call a shot in favor of the defense, you know, so she doesn't look like, and that's the way it looks to me. It's just the way it looks to me. I feel like Bev is fucking dirty because I don't think that this trial should even be happening. And it's showing. It's proof right now. It's proof. Jenna Rocco, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Did you want a song? Did you want to dance here?
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad.
Thank you, Jenna Rocco. Appreciate it. Yeah. The fact every single day that passes in this trial, because when you watch attorneys going over it, they're like, what in the fuck am I looking at? You know what I mean? Like, law tubers are looking at this going, what is happening? Dude, it's just a matter of time before the other section of law tubers start picking it up, like the Nick Recadas, the law nerd. I mean, this stuff. These law tubers are going to start picking it up, guaranteed, because they're going to be like, "What in the fuck is happening right now?" What's up, Nick Rocco? It's good to see you, buddy.
That's not mine.
And the current agent you're trying to get to look into is Shanae Serpuda from the Boston office. Is this because Dustin Sham has alongside Michael Morrissey and is willing to leverage you as a confidential informant and let you get away with a number of crimes because it helps his political ends? Is that why you knew Karen Reed had a direct connection with Josh Levy?
No, I'm doing like the important.
You are an accused rapist, sir. All right, so we're having a phone off here. I'm going to expose. Anyway.
Wow.
These are perfectly fine. These are perfectly fine. Criminal justice and holy ground. Oh, these are perfectly fine.
All right, so good. That was good. I'm not saying a word.
Like,
I'm not going to stoop to that level.
Does Grant's mom fucking tie his shoes for him? Like, what? How does that dude fucking think? I don't get it.
Well, it's immature behavior. I'm glad that an officer just said something to him because, we're supposed to have a little decorum. I would like to think we're dignified here in the media. So today is my first day of work here, I guess, in the courthouse.
You're supposed to.
I got my press pass on me, got my ID. I'm ready to rock. So it's going to be a big day today. Grant was just asked to leave the line, so that's good. And that stuff doesn't bother me when he does stuff like that because, I film people all the time in my job. I get up in the faces, I ask questions. I guess the difference is the questions I'm asking are, fact-based, legitimate questions. But he does have a right to. If the first free speech, First Amendment right, nothing he just did was illegal. He's allowed to ask me those questions.
I feel like
not bothered by it.
I feel like you're serious. Like, I first laughed at it because I thought it was a joke, but I feel like you're serious. I feel like Tom CPU has seen his shoes and has gone, dude. You've got Velcro laces, guy. What are you doing? You've got Velcro laces, guy. I can just see it. I can just see fucking Grant rolling up on him. What's up, bud? Hey, are those Velcro laces? What are you doing, bud? Oh my God, dude. I'm dying right now. Y'all are the best.
And people can do that to me all they want. I just really don't care. But what I won't do is jump in the gutter with anyone or dignify people like that with a response because they don't deserve that. So I'm here to cover the Karen Reed case because I'm a serious journalist. I've been doing this, obviously, since April of 2023. I've written now 350 stories. I published my 350th story on this last night. What was the one I did last night? It was a good one. I forget what it was. It was a recap of Chris and Julie Albert. So it was a really exciting day. So let's talk about what's going to happen here today. So Julie Albert, David Yannetti only got like 20 minutes with her. He's just getting warmed up. So he's got to finish off Julie Albert today. And I think that was a mistake by Auntie Bev because he gave them essentially 18 hours to come up with a new strategy of questions to ask her. So you know that they were prepping for that. Today is a very big day for the defense because Brian Albert and Nicole Albert are set to testify today. Brian Albert was seen walking into this courthouse yesterday. He was prepared to testify. Clearly, they're doing this thematically. So they're getting everyone who was at the Waterfall bar. They got all those degree couple and people like that. Julie and Chris Albert were at the Waterfall. Brian and Nicole Albert were at the Waterfall. Who else was at the Waterfall? Brian Higgins, Jen McCabe, and Matt McCabe. So I would expect that either today, possibly, or Monday, we will see Jennifer McCabe. That is my guess. Or Brian Higgins. So I'm here, my first day at work. I get to see Brian Albert. So that's pretty interesting. And if you've never heard Brian Albert speak before, I know you're probably expecting like deep grunted voice, right? Brian Albert, toughest guy again. He's a soprano in more ways than one. He's like Tony Soprano, and he sings like a soprano too. His voice is very high pitched. So he's like a Tony Soprano kin and the chorus at the same time, if that makes sense. So
yeah, I'm enjoying.
I'm
really enjoying Runkle's channel. I've never really listened to it. To the degree that I didn't even remember him. But it's only not because like, I mean, he's obviously awesome. I'm just saying like, because I watched, I think there was something that I was kind of following, and then I clicked on it, and then maybe it was playing a video that I'd already seen, and then I lost interest because of my ADHD, and then I just got out of there. But listening to his commentary and about these hearings is fucking great. I'm really enjoying that guy's channel a lot. And I need to watch more Emily Baker too. People have been telling me a long time about her, and I've caught a little bit here and there, but not much at all. And not enough to form an opinion on Emily Baker. But I plan to.
McCabe and Proctor examinations are tough. This is probably going to be, he has the most explaining to do. He does. He has to explain why he didn't come out of the house at 6 o'clock when there was a screaming woman and first responders and a dead man on his lawn. He has to explain why he butt answered Brian Higgins' phone call at 2:22 in the morning while he was making sweet love to his wife. He has to explain that one. We tried to do that with the Raggedy Ann doll. It didn't work out. So he's going to have to explain that. He's gonna have to explain where Chloe is. I think that's gonna be asked. Like, where'd your family dog go?
Well, that's not really a fair question, Jenna Rocco. It's a good question, but the thing is it doesn't really apply to me in the sense that, like, you're saying, did you hear this case in the news when it first happened, Will, at all down in Tennessee? I don't know if it played on the news here in Tennessee. I know that I heard about it here in Tennessee just because, I mean, I'm in the true crime community on YouTube. You know what I mean? So I follow a lot of crime channels on YouTube, and so it got talked about. Court TV talked about it almost immediately, I think. So I saw something about it, and honestly, when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, wow, police officer, and I guess she got mad at him and ran over her boyfriend. He happened to be a police officer. Cut and dry. We'll see what happens. I didn't put any thought into it whatsoever. And then months and months and months later, somebody tells me about it, and I'm like, wait, what? And I find these people to be very, very credible. I find these creators to be very, very credible. And they told me about it, and I was like, what? And so I started looking into it, and then I decided to do it live. I was like, somebody told me about this. All right, we're going to explore this together. And then some of you guys, I guess, just saw the hashtag or whatever, and then now here we are. But almost like I'd say like 90% of my exploration of this case has taken place here live with you guys. I don't give a shit. I'll just go and grab and sit there and spend minutes looking for a document or something. But most of the time I just sit here with you guys and explore this. And then the thing happened with Turtle Boy, and then that really got my attention. When Turtle Boy got charged, I was just like, wait a second, what the fuck is going on here? Because I was like, I don't think he broke the law. Let me see if he broke the law. And then sure enough, that's when I got really invested, because I felt like, okay, that's clearly corruption. There's something seriously wrong with what happened to Turtle Boy. So now I'm looking at the Karen Reed case with, infrared goggles on, you know what I mean? And then I started really looking into it. Then I started really putting things together. And then I started really messing with theories in my mind. And there's no theory where Karen Reed did this, even though I've tried to do it. There's no theory that I could come up with where Karen Reed did this, because there's something else that tells me that she didn't. There's something that goes, well, there's just no way, because of that, because of this, because of that. There's nothing about the prosecution's case against Karen Reed that makes any sense There's just nothing about it.
Oh, sir, like, do you have an explanation for that? Like, it just disappeared. Okay. Why'd you sell your home? Why did you, get rid of the floorboards? Who'd you pay to get rid of that? Was there blood everywhere? You got a lot of questions, Mr. Albert. Can you please answer them for me? So, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Anybody have any questions about this? Anybody? So again, I'm here in line. Luckily, Grant has gone away. So it's just me. That's the Court TV person holding the seat down. Down here, we have, the rest of the media, NBC, CBS, people like that. My colleagues, if you will. But I'm number 4 in line, and Grant was yelled at. I mean, he tried doing his usual thing today, and I'm very happy that one of the court officers said, "You're not going to do that here today," because I'm glad it needs to come. I mean, come on.
And the thing is, the Turtle Boy phenomenon is fascinating in the sense that he is amongst his colleagues. Technically, he's sitting there amongst his colleagues, right? Right. So, but the thing is he doesn't conduct himself like any of those other reporters. So a lot of those reporters have this weird, hey man, okay, cool. But, but the problem with that though is this guy went to jail for 2 months for their right to do their job efficiently. That again is an undeniable fact. He could have pled out. He sat there for 2 months in protest of that law. Because if Turtle Boy is convicted of those crimes that he's being accused of, then the Commonwealth wins, and that sets a precedence. That means that cases moving forward, they get to go in the case of Aiden Carney versus the Commonwealth, blah, 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 witness intimidation. And then they get to use that as a building block to violate somebody else's rights, because the law that they used is absolutely unconstitutional. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Chapter 28, 13A, 13B is absolutely unconstitutional. Bradel has said it. Mark Randazza has said it. It is absolutely unconstitutional. And the only way that law is going to change is if somebody fights it. So who's next? Could be Turtle Boy, could be the next Channel 5, Channel 7 news reporter. Because now that law is not so touchy. Now it's been used. It's been weaponized. It's been used. It's effective. So now, under even weaker circumstances, maybe they can weaponize that law against somebody who's on a mainstream media platform. And then what? So make no mistake, this dude right here sat in jail for 60 fucking days so that those colleagues around him who are not so sure about how they should associate with him, this guy sat in jail 2 months so they could do their jobs. There's no fucking denying that. That's the irony of that. Nausea Insider clipped y'all's reactions. Hilarious. Okay. Aussie Insider. Okay. Yeah, no, I played that at the beginning. Thank you. Hatsheputska. Okay. All right. And member for 2 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
You can't just go up to somebody in a place like this and just be like, "You're a rapist, you're this and that." You can't do that. Come on.
Right.
Not only is, and I won't even dignify it with the response because you're legitimizing his nonsense. So you can't do it. So, but anyone have any questions? Will Bev allow those questions? I think she doesn't like the questions about like Facebook pictures and do you know this person? Are you friends with? She doesn't like that kind of stuff. But I can't imagine she would mind like, why didn't you come out of your house or where's the dog? They're going to object to the dog stuff. I guarantee you. What did the cops say to him? Yeah, they basically told him you can't do that here. Get out of here. So he walked away. Good. He slept in his car. Imagine being that deranged with me. It's a random guy that you don't really. I never wrote about Grant before. And he's so deranged with me, and he's so obsessed with not letting me get in the courthouse, even though I have a right to be in there. I've earned my way in there. I've certainly earned more than him. I write for
right, and have some fucking dignity too, bro. Like, and have some dignity and some consideration for your colleagues, Grant. Like, take a shower. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and smoke blunt after blunt. Take some edibles, something to that effect. Take edibles all the time. I'm on an edible right now. I mean, take some edibles, dude. You know? Like, be considerate. Nobody wants to fucking smell weed all the time. Just because you like to smell it doesn't mean the whole world likes to smell weed. You know, be considerate. These are professional journalists, man. A bunch of them just went through a phase in college. You know what I mean? Like, have some respect.
I've written about this story. I've covered it. Hey, it's Kristen Anderson. How you doing, Kristen? Big turtle rider right there. Great lady from Canton, Massachusetts. She drives a school bus in Dedham. Awesome to see, but yeah. All right, anybody else have questions? I see John Silvera in there. Nice to see you, John. Anybody have any questions? We have Can the defense ask, did you kill John O'Keefe? Objection. Oh, that would be the quickest objection ever. But I would imagine so. Hey, we got people, turtle riders everywhere out there, man. It's great to see. All right, cool. Why would the Lally showman pretend fighting at the bar? Who's Grant? Exactly. Doesn't matter. That's a great point. He slept in the car half the night. He has not showered. He is that obsessed with keeping me out here that I think he was in the car for like 2 hours, took a nap, and then he came back up here. But I had people manning this seat. I came here last night at 8 to kind of watch the 4:30 to 8:30 shift switch. So I met both people. And then I
wonder what it was like for those people, like having to deal with Grant. You know, I mean, I'm sure there was plenty of time where he was just, I don't know, sitting in his mom's fucking Porsche Cayenne and listening to the wheels on the bus go round and round over and over again on whatever the fuck he does. I don't know. And so hopefully they got some peace, but I'm sure that I wonder if they had to get some shit just because this dude had them there to cover a seat for him.
I saw Grant's Twitter. I was seeing the updates on who was watching there. So we had another shift from 12:30 to 4:30, and then 4:30 to now, where I just took over. So it's great, man. We have a dedicated legion of people who are willing to help us out and get me, like, people. I can't thank you guys enough for this, man. I love you people. You're great, beautiful people. Hey, Tim, how are you? Tim from Kansas here. Nice to see you, sir.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Wow. You live? You hypothermic?
So yeah. But yeah, good. I'm excited to do my job today. Grant is number 2. I am number 4. So we're both getting in, and hopefully we'll be right in the front there. It's gonna be dope. Anyway, yeah, the stream will still be up today. Deb is gonna man the stream. There just won't be any commentary, so you can watch it there or wherever. Brian, yeah, why did Brian Albert get a police escort in court? Because he's scared. Because he's not scared. He's just scared of somebody's gonna ask him a question. That's what he's scared of. That guy's guilty, man. That guy is not good at hiding the fact that he's guilty at all. Love the jacket. Oh, thank you very much. You can thank my stylist.
Was he talking about?
Love the hair. I don't like.
I was reading chat. Was he talking about Brian Walsh? Brian Walsh is absolutely guilty as fuck. And guess what's gonna fucking lock him up? Celebrate data. Yeah. So what happens if the jury fucking eats up this bullshit Celebrate bullshit that the prosecution is gonna try to pull? Oh, Brian Albert. He's saying Brian Albert's guilty. Okay, but whatever. I'm thinking about Brian Walsh now, so I'm going to talk about him anyway. Because there's an interesting point here that I can't get out of my mind is that what happens? What happens to the credibility of Celebrate data after the prosecution if they manage to convince the jury of that bullshit? I mean, that's going to open the door for any defense attorney down the line to shut down Celebrate data as credible evidence. And that's troublesome. It's troublesome to say the least. It's incredibly dangerous. It's incredibly fucking dangerous. Like, Brian Walsh is absolutely guilty as fuck. And the Celebrate data is what's going to be the smoking gun. Well, one of them. You know what I mean? Think about that. That's the dangerous game that these people are playing. Just to railroad Karen Reed. I mean, exactly. Like, that is unjust. That is not acting in the interest of justice. That is not acting in the interest of justice, what the prosecution is doing.
I don't like that. I wanted to get a haircut bad yesterday. I do not like having long hair. This is way longer than I'm used to. Way longer. I don't like it at all. But thank you. But either way, I'll be able to recap it all tomorrow night on the live show. It's going to be a great show tomorrow night. We're getting like record ratings lately. So many people tuning in. Subs. We're about to crack 60,000 subs before you know it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody else got any questions or anything?
This is before he got booted, and then his channel fucking blew up again. Like, Lolly, you got to use your brain, guy. Like, are you? What are you doing with the LA looks? You know, like this is your bottle of hair gel. What are you doing with the LA looks? Are you like? Yeah, honey. No, I'll just have some cereal. And then are you like? Like, what are you doing? Are you sniffing the hair gel? Are you sniffing hair gel, Lolly? That's what I want to know. Look, the extra hold. Are you sniffing the extra hold hair gel?
Will you do a live when the court is out? Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a quick lunchtime live, something like that on Facebook. So, I thought they pulled Grant's press credentials. They should. I sound better. I don't really feel that much better. I hope you have a pink tie or pocket square. You know, I didn't decide not to wear a tie today because none of my colleagues wear ties. You know, I'm trying to be the party. I'm like the first kid on his first day at school here. You know, trying to dress like everyone else. I'm like, what would Ted Daniels wear? You know. Fair enough. Hey, what smells BO? Yes, I'm very happy about that. Did you get in? I'm going to. I'm fourth in line, so I'm going to get in. Oh, there's Peter Murphy's here. If anybody wants to come up, I'd love to go talk to the protesters. If anyone wants to hold my seat, that would be cool. And I can throw away some of this trash. So if anybody wants to do that and is around here, wants to kind of sit in, I can go say hi to the protesters. But yeah, it's gonna be a good day, man. It's gonna be a good day. So anyway, just wanted to say hello to you guys. Love you guys. No, but this counts as the bus stop live. But it's exciting, man. It's exciting. Very exciting. So. All right, the Bruins win tonight. Yes, I do think they're going to win tonight. I cannot believe the Celtics. It doesn't matter. They're still going to win 4-1. They did the same with the Heat. It's going to be the same script. So, hey, Paul Cristoforo's here. What's up, buddy? Good, thank you. Bobby, nice to see you guys. I can't mind. What was that? I know, I'm nervous. My mom packed a lunch for me. So, yeah. Okay. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to end this now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Hey, what's up, people? Oh, I don't get to keep it? I could have snuck out with it. You wouldn't have even seen it. I could have put it in my pocket. All right, they took my media lanyard. Kicking the balls. Wasn't enough. All right, guys, what's up? Lunch break here. How's everybody doing? Let people stroll in here. Hi, how's everybody doing?
I heard you're going to talk.
Yeah, I'd be willing to talk, yeah.
Okay, so he must have just got kicked out, and they fucking took his media lanyard, dude. Like, really, bro? Dude, just watch Bullhorn Betty, Turtle Boy. You just make another one. Y'all think I laughed hard? Y'all think I laughed hard when I saw that Julie Albert said Bukkake? Dude, I laughed so hard when I saw that the media association or whatever it is that issues these things revoked Bullhorn Betty's media thing, and she was like, oh, well, fuck you, freedom of the press. And then she like made one on this like 1990s fucking printer that she had behind her, like for like the longest time. She made a bunch of them. She was like laminating them and handing them out. I was dying, bro. She was just so fucking like, well, I'll just make my own. Dude, I lost my shit so hard. Dude, it was so funny. It was so funny. Dude, like that's the thing about her is you could just watch her. It doesn't matter. She is just easy content. She's gonna have a meltdown at some point. She is a full-on professional Karen, like full on, dude. It is wild.
So what happened today?
What you saw was just another egregious violation of the First Amendment. I was kicked out. I have media credentials. I've been reporting on this story in this case since April. I've published April 2023. I published over 350 stories on this. I've uncovered things that no other media outlet has about this. I've gone up and I've asked questions of people like, why did Jennifer McCabe Google how long did I encode the 227? And they've turned that into a witness intimidation felony. And they've used these trumped up charges to smear my name and paint me as some sort of dangerous intimidator. I've never threatened anyone. I've never hurt anyone. None of those people are scared of me. None of those people are intimidated of me. Brian Albert is 6'2", 250 pounds and a trained fighter. He punches people. He's a veteran cop. He's a fugitive unit guy. The idea that Brian Albert is intimidated by me is laughable. It's laughable. They only don't want me in that courtroom because I've been too effective in reporting on what.
Dude, you can see in Brian Albert's eyes the fucking cold. I mean, I'm not saying that I see a killer. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I don't know who killed John inside that house. Like, I know that he helped cover it up. I think that he facilitated the entire cover up, but I don't know who actually killed John O'Keefe in that house. But this dude is totally intimidating. Totally intimidating. Like, you can see in his eyes, this is a dude who will fucking knock you the fuck out without any like reservations about it at all. No second thought. Like, he likes to hurt people. Like, you could just tell. He's a scary dude to look at. I'm not even gonna lie.
What actually happened. You're listening to Nicole Albert testify right now. She's lying through her teeth. She just said she didn't get phone calls at 6:07 and 6:08, even though Jennifer McCabe's call log shows that she did. They don't like people asking questions like that to them.
You know who he reminds me of? Fucking Michael Chiklis in The Shield. That's who he reminds me of. Just a dirty, cold-blooded motherfucker. You know? Like, if you ever, like, I made it a point. I think it was COVID. During COVID, I watched The Shield from beginning to end. I binged watched every episode. And I drank a lot too. I drink a shit ton. So I don't really remember like everything. But like, he totally reminds me of like not just the way he looks so much. That's a coincidence, but the way that he behaves, just the vibe about him is totally Michael Chiklis on. I don't even remember his name on the Vic or Mac or Vic Mackey. Vic Mackey is what it is. Vic Mackey. Totally reminds me of Vic Mackey. And I bet he would take that as a compliment.
And so in order to keep reporters from asking questions to them, they've just framed it as witness intimidation now and use that as a way to insulate these people who are quite clearly lying. We've seen them lie time and time again about a murder investigation to the death of a Boston police officer. What they're doing is disgraceful. They're trampling on the First Amendment, and they're trying to prevent justice for John O'Keefe, and they're trying to frame an innocent woman in doing so.
What's your plan now that you're allowed in sometimes?
So we're going to go to the SJC. We're going right to the SJC. We're going to, because there's a higher court than this. Beverly Cannoni is not the highest court in the land. Speech issues often in higher courts are overturned when judges like Cannoni, tyrants like her, issue these egregious unconstitutional orders. So we'll be doing that. And in the meantime, I'm banned from being in here for like 10 witnesses, I guess. They listed them all. But they don't tell us ahead of time who's going to be testifying. So how am I supposed to know each day, who's on the witness list? When can I come in? When can't I come in?
See, I'm having trouble. I'm having a lot of trouble with the thought that, like, because I've discussed this with Turtle Boy as well. What is Judge Bev's motive for this? What does she want to do? What is she trying to do? Well, okay, she wants to be on TV. She wants she was moving forward with this trial because she knows it's going to be high profile. But the reason why a judge would have that motivation is because they have political aspirations moving forward. They have career aspirations moving forward, right? But this is going to be her legacy. The problem with that theory is that now that it's so public and the decisions that she's making are making it's again, if that is the goal, that it's having the Streisand effect. Again, she is absolutely shooting herself in the foot constantly, in the same foot. Bah, 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 bah. It's crazy because she's not going to be remembered for a fair and just, as a fair and just officer of the court after this. She just isn't. Not nationally and definitely not locally. See, that makes sense right there. Scott McGinnis, and big shout out to him. Scott McGinnis is always out there protesting, and he's saying Judge Beverly Cannoni is fiercely loyal to the Democratic Party in Massachusetts. She must save DA Morrissey. Now, some people are probably like, oh my God, you're bringing politics into it. Dude, we're all fucking adults. We can talk about politics if we want to, okay? And I'm not going to get into a whole discussion on it, but my point being is, it matters. If that happens to be the motivation of somebody, then it happens to be the motivation. I'm not going to avoid the subject just because it's uncomfortable. The fact is if that's true and that's her motivation because she's fiercely loyal to the Democratic Party and Michael Morrissey is somehow going to benefit the Democratic Party locally there in Massachusetts by getting through this, well, then she's going to protect him. That would be motive for her to protect Michael Morrissey, would it not? Whether we like it or not. I mean, whether the subject of politics and who is, Democrats, Republicans, blah, 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 no matter what, that is a, I mean, if that's true, then that it merits discussion. It merits discussion. It does. Because it's bad. It's bad because that's not a good look on the Democratic Party. I'll tell you that right now. It's worse for her if that's her motive, because what she's doing is not a good look for the Democratic Party. It's making the Democratic Party right before a major election. I mean, it's a bad look. It is a bad move because it's just going to make the Democratic Party look dirty if that's what she's doing. Now, if that has nothing to do with politics, then it has nothing to do with politics. But what I'm saying, like the Democratic Party cares about optics. That is an excellent point. It is an excellent point. I mean, let's just be honest. I take Grant, for instance. I don't even have to listen to Grant talk about politics. Grant's voting Biden. I guarantee it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that Grant is not an absolute, total, diehard fucking Democrat. I don't even need to listen to him. He talk about politics. I don't care. I mean, I don't need to.
So I'll be here as often as I can. I earned my press credential. I have every right to be here. But the Commonwealth is apparently so threatened by little old me in the courtroom that they think that somehow, big bad Brian Albert's going to have a chilling effect. He's not going to be able to testify. The truth of the matter is that I make them nervous in there because they know I'm watching and they know I'm reporting on this stuff. And you even heard it today from Julie Albert. She called him Trooper Bukkake twice. That's what I called him. That's what I jokingly called. Do not Google that, by the way. Do not Google that. You will regret it. But his name is Buchanan, and she called him Bukkake twice because she listens to my show and she watches it. And these people are obsessed with me. They don't want me in there because I'm getting in their head.
Tom's footage of that is fucking hilarious because there's the lady from Boston 10 who's got a microphone in his face too, and Tom's behind her, and she's just like, "Oh God!" As soon as he says Bukkake, she's like, "It's so good." Oh my God.
In their head simply by being in there at all. So that's it. So we'll be fighting this and hopefully we'll win. If not, I'm going to keep reporting on it regardless. So, and we're going to get justice for John and Karen either way. So, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right.
You got like 20 minutes?
I'm going to head back. Yeah, I'm going to head back to
to Boston now. Stream from there.
Yeah.
They stream from the courtroom.
Yeah,
again.
Howie 133.
Yeah, I'm going on Grace at
Grace, I'm sorry.
Grace at 1:30, Howie at 4:33. So yeah, thank you guys all for coming. I appreciate it. We got a good crew down here. No, I mean, I'm used to it, Tom. It's like, I'm used to them trampling all over me. Yeah.
I think I'd much rather hear you live stream than you do in the camera.
Right, that's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, I didn't care. It's like I got up with this. I'm like, yeah. Honestly, dude, like millions of people are watching this trial from around the world, and they stop it for like an hour to talk about me. You can't buy that kind of publicity. You literally can't do it. The people are like, "What's Turtle Boy? Let me Google that thing." I've gotten like 500 new Twitter followers in like the last hour. So thank you. I mean, these people keep. You'll see. When this is all said and done. They get. I mean, he just happened to be here. What a coincidence! What a coincidence that they do this on the day that they know he's going to be in here for something. They didn't even tell him either. He got served when he got in here. Yeah, David Yannetti told him about it. So. Yeah, I mean, he's so used to advocating for me because it's such bullshit. I'm glad you guys liked how he did. So I thought he did great.
Is there any truth to Nick Rocco's comment on Facebook?
About Carl Dugo? I don't know. I didn't see Carl in there today.
No, I didn't see him.
I did not see Carl in there today. Today? Oh, so that's why he's not here today?
And Karen was going to say anything, but the court officer actually referred to
Carl, bad boy. You're a cop too. He's a Boston cop. That's witness intimidation. Witness intimidation right there. So, all right. Well, anyway, I got to head to the car and go back and stream. Oh, we're definitely going to appeal. We're going to the Apple. We're going right to the SJC, and we're going to keep fighting for this thing because I have a right to be here. Judge Krupp and Judge Pomeroy both said we could go. That even with the stay away orders in place, I could still go here. Like that was just adjudicated 2 weeks ago in that court across the street. That too, right? That too. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So, but yeah, she's a tyrant. This is what tyrants do, and I'm glad the whole world watched that. That's all I got to say about that. So. Yeah, they do, and they had a smile on their face like I give a shit. Like,
right?
You think that matters to me? Not at all. Nothing. I'll be back. Come on, stop it.
I don't know if you saw him come back.
I did not see him today. Really? Big tough guy, Brian. Did I get a breakdown about it? No, I
forgot to mention name and make and model of the fourth car.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard that whole exchange. Yeah. The black one was the black footage. Right. But Lucky said that's not the one he saw. He specifically told me that. So yeah. But anyway, I gotta head out. But thank you guys for being here. Keep it up the good work. Peace. All right. Thank you. You too. All right, guys. So there you have it. They want for some reason they want to make this about me. I just want to cover the case. That's all. We got a green light here. All right, we're crossing. We're good. I'm not like Jennifer Kofende for jaywalking. So yeah, we'll see. It's a nice day out at least, and it's no biggie. We'll just go live stream it. No biggie. I'll be back in there. I mean, honestly, they're just making me famous. I don't know why they keep doing this. I really didn't. I just wanted to report on the case. I didn't want them to make me famous. They did this to me. They keep doing this. This is just a bigger story, a bigger headline. Like journalist, like I'm there as a journalist. I got my credentials, looking sharp, sitting up. Like we specifically didn't sit at the defense table. I sat in the press box. I made them eject me from the press box because I wanted it to be like symbolic, So yeah, but this is what I like to be over the target, Tristan. You're absolutely right. I'm all over them. Like you're seeing Nicole Albert. What a filthy liar she is, huh? What a liar. So anyway, I'm going on Grace Curley on WRKO at 1:30. I'm going on Howie Carr at 4:33. I know they got my back. And it's gonna be dope. And then live show's gonna be lit for tomorrow. We got some new content, don't we? So although I'm thinking about moving the live show to Saturday. Stay tuned with that because the Celtics are on tomorrow. But all right, we'll figure it out. All right, peace, Turtle Riders.
Okay. Hold on 1 second here, folks. Let me really want to go over something here real quick. I guess I didn't realize this was gonna run as long as I've been live. But we're just gonna go over one more thing and then I'll do another live tomorrow. Okay, hold on. All right, here we go. All right.
All right, sort of a side issue in the Reed matter. So the defendant and her lawyers have been excused. Okay, so why don't counsel identify yourselves, please?
Sure. Adam Lally for the Commonwealth, Your Honor.
Sarah McLaughlin for the Commonwealth. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Timothy Bradel on behalf of non-party Aidan Carney, who for the record is present in the courtroom.
Does Mr. Carney want to sit with you?
I think he's okay right there.
Okay.
If that's all right, Your Honor.
All right. So Commonwealth, so I do want to say a question before we begin. Commonwealth, in your motion to exclude an individual charged with witness intimidation in connection with this case from the courtroom during the testimony of certain witnesses, before we begin, are you advancing the concerns of the DA's office or the concerns of the witnesses themselves, or both?
Both, Your Honor.
Okay,
Judge,
so
if I may, I'm sorry to jump in, but just if I may, I
Sure.
do have what I think is a pretty substantial procedural objection.
Okay.
Maybe I'd ask that you sort of just make a quick bifurcation of the issues here, and we can address the procedural issue before we get into the substance of the
mean,
motion.
Sure, I'll hear you.
We could.
See, I
Thank you.
find this really interesting because Bradel took charge of that entire that was the only chance he had, and I think he anticipated Bev making the decision that she made, but he wanted to make sure that he had an opportunity to state his case regardless. He wanted that shit on the record. Sorry, I'm doing something here.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Your Honor, so the record is clear, because we may need an appellate record in this case.
Okay.
But I was here in the Norfolk Superior Court today, completely unrelated to Mr. Carney, my client, as you know, in the other matters. And I was here today on the matter of Commonwealth versus Tylee Curry for a motion to suppress. And
which is a case that I am in the middle of
Right.
that motion to suppress with you.
Exactly. And I actually figured that we wouldn't do the motion and get a date. But I was fully focused on that matter and had no notice whatsoever that the Commonwealth was in the Reed matter, was seeking to exclude my client as a journalist from this courtroom. The first thing is that, and I know the court has a job to do in terms of ruling on this motion, and that's fine. And I ask that the ruling be that it be denied on procedural grounds. The procedural grounds are, Judge, that there's been no service of process whatsoever on a case where the government is seeking to essentially trample all over my client's First Amendment rights as a journalist on 15 minutes notice. You know, I know you gave him the thing 15 or 20 minutes ago.
And it's more than a half an hour, but I understand.
All right, well, you get the point. So, you know, this is not something that I can process and absorb and make any sort of cogent arguments on the merits of the motion on that time period. I'm sure that the court respects that. I'm trying to address it as best I can, but I think that the procedural issues here should control. And here's the procedural situation, Your Honor, that the government filed this 6-page motion.
Look at Grant just typing away. He's the only asshole with these ridiculously fucking, I mean, yeah, you can just tell by his stickers that he's a fucking Democrat.
Note 2 that refers to them serving this motion on May 8th to the Associated Press. Why they couldn't just pull up my email and serve me is an open question that I'd like an answer to in open court. So they can serve the AP 2 days ago, but they can wait and not even serve me with the motion when I get here to court today on a completely unrelated matter, I might add. So there's some funny business going on here, and you know there's been nothing but funny business from where I sit from the Commonwealth on Mr. Carney's matters. And here we go again. So I don't appreciate that from counsel.
See, I love this.
From the Norfolk County.
Bradel's fed up. Bradel's fed up to the point to where he's actually like trying to be careful with what he says. He finds himself stopping and being like, fuck. Because he didn't plan on talking in front of this judge about this today. He had no preparation for this. None at all. All he heard about was the fact that this fucking asshole Lolly is trying to kick him out, kick his client out of the courtroom after it's been established that he has the right. He did everything on the up and up to get there. Turtle Boy was smart to document it. We just went over it. So Turtle Boy was smart to document it, document the process, learning what he needed to do, doing what he needed to do, and then sitting in that courtroom quietly on national television without anybody complaining and him behaving and not saying a word. And then Lolly pulls this bullshit that he's talking about here. And he has every right to be pissed.
County DA's office, number 1. Number 2, Your Honor. Mr. Carney has covered this case and written about 350 news articles on this case. He has developed evidentiary scoops on this case that have added to the quantum of evidence in the matter. He's never caused a problem. He wishes to be in the galley of journalists like everyone else and cover the case. There's never been a problem whatsoever. This is more personalized retaliation from the Norfolk County DA's office against Mr. Carney. Another point, Your Honor, is that this matter, as far as the Commonwealth is concerned, is res judicata ×2. Judge Krupp in this very court addressed this exact issue about Mr. Carney covering this matter, being in the courtroom with witnesses that had a stay-away order. All the same people that the government is trying to have another bite at the apple with here. All these people. This was adjudicated fully with a special assistant DA before Judge Krupp, and Judge Krupp ruled against the Commonwealth. Judge Krupp said that Mr. Carney was able to be in the courthouse covering this case regardless of any of these witnesses in the stay-away order. The stay-away order was exempted from Mr. Carney's presence in the courtroom, rather, was accepted from the stay-away order.
Okay.
So this is done. This has been adjudicated. It's been adjudicated
So
again, Your Honor.
this is
by,
where this gets interesting, right? Because some might be saying, yeah, I am watching Grant in the background. Leanne McGinnis, thank you. Watch Grant in the background of this doing pee-pee dance like a child. Should not be allowed. I know, it's really funny. He's yeah, I actually got a close-up of Grant doing behind his computer here. Oh my god. But some of you guys might be thinking, and thank you, Leanne, I appreciate it. Some of you guys might be thinking, like, well, this was already fucking established. This was already established. This was already set. Another judge already ruled that Turtle Boy can be in that courtroom. So basically, the prosecution or Lolly, he can't sit here and say, well, he's being charged with intimidation, blah, 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 and he can't do it. A judge already ruled on that. He could be in the courtroom. So the problem with this is that it's Judge Bev's courtroom now. And Judge Beverly Cannoni, in her courtroom, can basically do whatever she wants. And the only reason that I'm saying this is because Mark Randazza, who's representing the Canton Nine and many of the others who were wrongfully, who were, if not charged, but told that they can't even be within 200 feet of the courthouse with their protests with shirts on that say Free Karen Reed, with anything that is in any support with anything that has anything to do with this case, which is an absolute violation of your freedom of speech. And so Mark Randazza, who represents them, was up here and he was like, what people need to understand, or maybe it was when he was talking to oh man, I can't even remember what channel I was watching that on. But it was great. There's so many channels covering this. But Mark Randazza made it very clear. He was like, it's her courtroom. She can absolutely do whatever she wants. If she says that you have to wear a clown outfit in her courtroom, well, then you have to wear a clown outfit in her courtroom, or you won't get in. You know, like, that's crazy. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? But it makes sense. So this is why she can basically say, well, not in my courtroom. She didn't use those words, but she could basically just say, okay, well, this other judge decided this, but that's fine. But this is my courtroom, and no other judge gets to decide what happens in my courtroom. And that's basically what she's doing here. At the end of the day, that's going to be her wild card.
Judge Pomeroy across the street in the district court. One of these people associated with Mr. Carney's detractors, Ms. Gattani, has taken up with the Commonwealth and sought charges and sought a restraining order against my client.
He's being careful here because he realizes he's standing in the middle of a murder trial. And he knows that nobody in that courtroom wants to hear the shit about fucking Turtle Boy and this girlfriend. Now, if they knew the whole story, but there's no way for him to explain that. There's no way for him to present how complicated that situation is and why it's relevant. Because it is. But the problem is that if he talks about it, what's going to happen is he could make her go, oh my God, and everybody going, oh, fuck, the drama. You know what I mean? And then he will lose any fucking attention that he gets from Beverly Cannoni and any leverage that he might have in order to get her to decide in his favor so that Turtle Boy can sit there and do his job. But so it's so ridiculous that he can't even properly present his argument to Beverly Cannoni because it might come off like like an insane soap opera that doesn't happen in real life, because that's what it fucking sounds like. Make no mistake about that. That's exactly what it sounds like. I faked the pregnancy. I used you to come over here to because I said that I had information on the grand jury, blah blah blah, and that's what I'm going to tell people. The cops that are trying to take you down and the prosecutor that's trying to take you down met up with me and basically intimidated me into entrapping you. And in the meantime, I'm going to act like a complete and total psycho hose beast and accuse you of insane shit, even though I know I'm being recorded, and I'm going to threaten my kids to try to hurt you so that you won't leave my house and you'll stay here. If you try to even begin to explain that fucked up story to that judge in that courtroom with those people, you're going to sound like you're turning that shit into a circus. Bradel knows, as he's saying it, that it's dancing on the line of everyone in that courtroom looking at him and going, why the fuck are you standing here talking about this? This Turtle Boy asshole, look what he does. Bringing his bullshit drama into a fucking murder trial. This is what he does. This is what this is what Bradel is risking right here. And yet he does an amazing job. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And Judge Pomerol recently, as recently, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, we were across the street, Your Honor, seeking to vacate the order under the doctrine of unclean hands because this plaintiff keeps trying to contact my client while under restraining order. Putting that aside, the ruling in that matter, Judge, was another ruling in support of Mr. Carney's First Amendment rights. It was another ruling that said Mr. Carney was not subject to the restraining order in any court of the Commonwealth. And the reason we brought that motion, Your Honor, was because these same witnesses that the government here is, again, trying to advocate for their own personal issues, those same witnesses somehow took up with this plaintiff across the street, Ms. Gattani, brought her to court here in prior Reed proceedings to kick out Mr. Carney because
it still sounds crazy. That's so fucked up. See, and when this was happening, all of you that was in the chat, like Casey Anderson's doing right now, Bradel, fucking fire. Everybody was like, yes. I was like, yes. And I still feel that way. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying, though, is that we can pause it now because it's not happening live and we could talk about it. And what I'm viewing right now is it still even sounds crazy. Saying that this woman has somehow collaborated with these witnesses to deliberately keep him out of the courtroom to be able to do his job. That shit is fucking, it sounds like peanuts in comparison to why everyone's there. We're talking about this is happening in front of John O'Keefe's fucking family right now. You know what I mean? This is happening in front of Karen Reed's family. And it sounds insane, even though it's fucking true. But if you don't know it to be true, it just sounds crazy.
Because at the time she had an operative order against him. And Mr. Carney, to his credit, got up and left and got out of here. And that situation was what we addressed across the street with Judge Pomerol. He agreed with us and said, you can go to court, you can cover this case. So number two, litigation number two, this has been established. Mr. Carney followed all proper channels. We worked with the SJC media office. He has a press pass. He's doing everything in accordance with all of the rules and regulations that are in place. He's been harassed, and we have it on video, by other so-called journalists on this case at the steps of the courthouse. and he just wants to be here. He doesn't want to be an issue in this case.
And
He
that
wants to sit
very
here and cover-
person is standing behind you having a shit fit. Right now, in front of the judge and in front of everybody, that very person is standing behind Bradel, technically beside him, but behind him in the shot, and having a shit fit. Like, look, watch him as he brings him up. Look.
This has been established.
Right here.
Mr. Carney followed all proper channels.
Look at him.
We worked with the SJC media office. He has a press pass. He's doing everything in accordance with all of the rules and regulations that are in place. He's been harassed, and we have it on video.
Here we
by
go.
Other so-called journalists on this case at the steps of the courthouse.
Look at him. He's
And
losing
he
his
just
shit.
wants to be here. He doesn't want to be an issue in this case. He wants to sit here and cover the case. He's done his job. He wants to watch the trial unfold, and he has an absolute fundamental First Amendment right to do so within the confines of this courtroom and within the confines of time, place, and manner restrictions. He's followed everything, and he's here. We've gone through all of these hurdles, Your Honor, and Mr. Carney triumphed, as he should, because it's the First Amendment that needs to triumph here, not any particular person. And that's what he's doing. And there's absolutely no reason for the government to sneak behind my back to interfere with his First Amendment rights. It's outrageous. And on procedural grounds, I ask you to deny the motion for all of those reasons. And if the court has some hesitancy to do so with respect to these procedural issues, I ask that you set a date give me 7 days or so that I can properly respond to this motion on the merits of whatever's in these 6 pages of the motion that I haven't been able to look at. So thank you for hearing me, Your Honor.
All right, sure. And you wanted a response to your question from Mr. Lally on why you were not served, but the Associated Press was served.
That's correct.
So if you talk about that in the procedural part of this, Mr. Lally.
Like, look how fucking annoyed he is, and rightfully so. I would be so fucking mad if I was him right there. I would be so mad. Like, all I'm doing is sitting here because it's embarrassing too. Because again, there are people that are sitting there that are thinking like, dude, why the fuck are we listening to this? This is like some of the testimony that we've all been dying to hear, and it's being put on hold right now because of this bullshit. And what's fucked up is nobody's really looking at Lolly as being the person behind and being the person doing it. Nobody's looking at him as the villain here. They're looking at Turtle Boy like he's the villain. Now the world isn't, but in that courtroom at that very moment, right there and then, people are going fuck. Now I'm not saying that that's how it resonated, because it didn't. It didn't age well for Bev at all, and it's only been a day, and it absolutely turned out exactly how we would want it to. But my point being is, at that very moment in that courthouse right there where Turtle Boy is sitting in that moment, he's pissed off because the rest of the fucking courthouse is sitting there, including him, going, fuck this. I've been waiting to hear this testimony, and these motherfuckers pull this shit, put me on the spotlight. Idiots.
Yes, Your Honor. Simply put, Mr. Bradel, neither Mr. Bradel nor Mr. Kearney are parties to the case. I can't presume that Mr. Bradel's representation on one criminal case is going to extend to a motion of which he would be at best a third party on a separate criminal case. We are required under the SJC rules to serve it upon the Associated Press, which we did.
So I think that's your record now, Mr. Bradel.
Thank you.
Okay, on the procedural issue. Okay, we have a jury out.
So Lolly served this motion to the Associated Press, who probably, I mean, it's not their responsibility to serve it to Aiden Carney, who you're supposed to serve it to, because it's him that you want to keep out of the courtroom. It's not the Associated Press. Otherwise, you would be keeping everybody out of the courtroom until you worked it out. No, dude. You serve the person who you want out of the courtroom. That's the whole point. You serve them and the Associated Press. Why not? But the fact is that they wanted to blindside Turtle Boy. They didn't think that his lawyer was going to be there today. What they expected was that this motion would get filed, Turtle Boy would be sitting there, and then bailiffs would be like, oh, right after they have this little powwow sidebar, off camera. And then guess what? Bailiffs are like, hey, judge says you got to get out. No argument, no chance to defend himself, nothing. Just an embarrassing moment. Or with the intention of it being embarrassing to him anyway. And I mean, dude, like, and that's the thing, is like, people right there are blaming him. You know what I mean? Like it's Turtle Boy's fault. He's not bothering anybody. And they're blaming him, which is really funny. But if there's any journalist that has a right to be in there and see how this case unfolds, it's him. This guy has uncovered tons of evidence. Tons of evidence that the defense is actually using. Now, whether or not the defense found certain evidence on their own and Turtle Boy found that evidence on his own, regardless, I mean, it's just like the truth is there, and then it's a matter of finding it. Turtle Boy found it on his own, and the defense the defense are using it. Now, if they have investigators who found it, fine, whatever. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, we were made aware, the public were made aware of much of what the defense is using before the defense even presented to the judge that they were going to use it. We were made aware of it thanks to Turtle Boy and his independent investigations. There's no denying that. So he's absolutely earned his right to be sitting there amongst those other journalists. More than any of them have. I mean, you cannot deny this.
I do want to address the merits of this as best we can. And Mr. Bradel, at the end of this hearing, whatever I end up doing, if you want to come back and readdress it when there's more time, depending on how I rule, I'll give you the opportunity to do so. But I have to get this trial moving at this point, one way or the other. So I'm going to hear the Commonwealth on their motion. Then I'll hear you, Mr. Bradel, to the extent that you can respond. Okay? All right. Mr. Lally, I'll hear you on your motion.
Your Honor, very shortly, very simply put, this is an instance in which the Commonwealth is not asking that Mr. Kearney not be allowed to cover the case or that he not be allowed to watch the trial. What we're requesting is a partial closure of one individual. And the legal standard for that is essentially a substantial reason. Substantial reason, Your Honor, being that Mr. Kearney has been indicted and has open cases for intimidating witnesses, specifically witnesses in this case. He has confirmed statements indicating publicly that his actions that he's taken in regard to those indictments were to prevent the case from ever going to trial. And to intimidate those witnesses. Those witnesses will be called to testify.
No, he never said he would intimidate any witnesses, but he did say that the stuff that he uncovered would ensure that this would never go to trial. In a clean courtroom, in one that's not corrupt, absolutely. What he has uncovered is absolutely exculpatory and is absolutely grounds for dismissal of this case. It's a shock that this has even gone to trial. So yes, of course his intention was to keep this from going to trial. Of course. You got an innocent woman sitting there. You've got an innocent woman sitting there on trial for her life. Of course the goal is to keep it from going to trial. You don't want to put her and her loved ones through any more than they absolutely have to. That doesn't mean that he's trying to destroy the trial. That doesn't mean that he's trying to sabotage anything. That simply means that he's trying to present evidence. He's trying to uncover a cover-up and show you've got the wrong person on trial and prevent the wrong person from going on trial. That's what that means. That's above and beyond the expectation of ethics of a journalist. Above and beyond. And you're not even going to let him sit there? Wow.
In this case, and what Commonwealth is simply requesting is that he be excluded physically from the courtroom, not excluded from watching the trial, not excluded from covering the trial, but excluded physically from the courtroom.
See, I found that language very interesting. I found that language extremely interesting coming from Lolly.
excluded physically from the courtroom, not excluded from watching the trial, not excluded from covering the trial, but excluded.
He says that as if he can file a motion to exclude him from watching the trial and covering the trial. No, dude, you don't get to dictate that. You don't get to dictate what someone watches, and you sure as fuck don't get to dictate what someone covers if they're the press. They can talk about it all they want. And he's saying that like as if that would be on the table. That's what troubles me about his language. This is someone who seems to work for a district attorney who seems to think that they get to play God with people's rights. And guess what we're seeing? We're seeing Judge Beverly Canone play God with people's rights. The two of them working in concert. Him filing a motion, her ruling that motion ruling in favor of his motion.
Excluded physically from the courtroom while those witnesses are testifying from the stand.
And the witnesses you told me have expressed concern. What do you say about that?
Yes, Your Honor. The witnesses have expressed concern. The Commonwealth is concerned as to his presence affecting their testimony or their ability to recall. And for all of those reasons, the Commonwealth would submit the administration of justice and the witnesses being able to testify, as well as the witnesses' own concerns are more than meet the test of the substantial reason for Mr. Kearney's exclusion during the course of their testimony.
Okay. Mr. Bradel?
So the argument is that they're going to have trouble remembering details of what they need to answer because Turtle Boy's in the room. He's going to distract them from being able to answer. Hey, grow the fuck up. You're going to see things. Your memory's going to have to be jogged on things with certain obstacles that's called fucking life around you that you're just going to have to deal with. When someone has the right to be somewhere, that means you have to adapt. Your memory is going to have to adapt. You are on the stand under oath to tell the truth, regardless of somebody sitting there looking at their fucking laptop.
Witness's concern has no legal materiality under the law. So the answer that I have is, so what? The witness's concern, where does that fit into the law here, Your Honor? This matter's been adjudicated twice. Mr. Carney has the right to.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. 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 I think we got a super dad. I think.
William Lafferty, thank you so much. Smokes for Will, treat for Clubber, and a coffee for Cherry. Appreciate everything you guys have been doing. Cherry doesn't drink coffee, but she'll get some whiskey or something. Thanks, William Lafferty. I appreciate you, buddy.
Gone through all the proper channels to be here. He is not in any way wants to or is trying to make any issue of his presence here, and he's just trying to cover the case as best he can. And this is just a personal vendetta that's been carried out by the Norfolk County DA's office against Mr. Carney. And this is where the court needs to hold the line on the first.
See, Bradel knows. He knows how she's going to rule on this. He's not stupid. He knows how dirty all this shit is. He's telling her how dirty it is. He's telling her how dirty it is. He's explaining to her how dirty it is. He's doing it. The reason why he's saying it out loud is so that he can get it on the record. When he appeals, when this shit goes federal, that stuff is admissible. He's going on the record.
First Amendment. This witness intimidation statute, Your Honor, is an absolute abomination. It is going to be struck down. It's just a matter of time. And
he's talking about the law that was weaponized to violate 10 people's rights. Well, 10 people at least. Talking about hundreds, actually. A law that was weaponized That would be chapter 28, 13A, and 13B. That is a absolute violation of the First Amendment. You Google the First Amendment, it says not thou, that's the Bible, that the government shall not make laws that keep people from protesting, keep people from speaking their mind. I don't have it memorized, but it's there. Google it. It's there.
This is just a continuation of everything the special counsel's been doing to Mr. Carney. And now the office itself is doing it. There's no reason for this motion to be allowed, Your Honor. There's no discomfort exception to the First Amendment, Your Honor. There's absolutely nothing advanced, especially on an emergency basis, which is, I assume, why this is being done with no notice. There's been no establishment of any emergency. There's been no conduct whatsoever on the part of Mr. Carney to justify this motion. And I did happen to see some reference to the Chestnut trial about published something to the effect of doxing a seated juror. That is false. Mr. Carney wrote a story on a juror after the jury was discharged. There's absolutely no prohibition or problem or issue with that. And it is absolutely protected conduct by the First Amendment. And it is not in any way a grounds for this court or the Commonwealth to assert any wrongdoing against him.
So I can assure you, I am not considering that incident in this. You all know I was the judge. I am not considering that experience in this motion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr.
Nothing further.
Bradle?
Thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Bradle, I agree with you that Mr. Kearney is certified by the Office of Public Information pursuant to SJC Rule 119, and that he has a right to be here.
I was so excited hearing her. I was like, fuck yes, go Bev.
Today, he arrived timely, and that he is registered. I have honored that 119 registration today, and I will continue to honor that. However, my role in this case, Commonwealth versus Karen Reed, is to assure that the defendant's
She said, however, I was like, what fucking however? What are you talking about?
Constitutional right to a fair trial are honored and upheld. And because of the chilling effect that Mr. Kearney's presence, I find, will have on the witness's testimony, I'm going to excuse him while the named witnesses in
the only chilling effect, and she says she finds it that way, the only chilling effect that he's going to have is the fact that those people are going to be pressured to tell the truth. You know how I know that for sure? Besides being familiar with his investigations, I know that for sure because every single one of those people that are on that list who have sat on the stand so far have fucking lied. They're all fucking liars. And the defense absolutely proved it already. These people sat up there and fucking lied. The only thing that makes them feel intimidated is having to tell the truth. Liars wouldn't have to worry about that. Liars would just sit up there and tell the truth. Fuck this guy. You know? Like, oh my God. It's so crazy, dude.
in the Commonwealth's motion. Julie Nagel, Christopher Albert, Colin Albert, Michael Proctor, Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe, Brian Albert, and Yuri Buchanek. And the Commonwealth also today requested Nicole Albert because of the incidents that reportedly have been held at her home. I'm going to excuse him during all of that testimony. Now, in my media order, if you have it, I'm sure your client has it because they're handed out to the press. Under number 1, I say that anyone leaving the courtroom to the media.
So everybody whose testimony we're all on the edge of our seats to hear because we know they're fucking liars. Everybody who's a fucking liar in this case, who we already know are fucking liars, he can't report on.
Yeah. During the trial proceedings may lose their seat and may not be permitted re-entry unless there's available seating. That will not happen to Mr. Kearney. I will not take away his seat today.
She's such a hero. She's such a crusader for his rights. Oh, well, you know, I'll reserve his seats for the fucking shit that nobody gives a fuck about. For the stuff that's not going to benefit him as a journalist. I mean, it will, but not nearly as much as the people who he has absolutely proved are fucking liars before they get proven to be liars in open court.
For other witnesses who are not subject to this order, that seat will remain empty. No other person of the media will be able to take that seat in his absence. Okay?
Your Honor, one last thing, if I may just came to me as I was standing here. Extension in the same regard as to Nicole Albert for the
Now, she did look annoyed with Lolly right there.
address would be Brian Albert Jr., son of Brian and Nicole Albert, lives
All
in the
right,
same address.
it's for the same reason. So Brian Albert Jr. All right, so those are my findings, Mr. Bradel. It should give you enough to seek appellate action if you wish. Okay. All right. Thank you for being here. All right. All right. So I'll take a short recess. We can bring.
Shut up.
Get the fuck out!
Absolutely. All right. So, I am going to go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. I got some stuff I still got to do. I've got some stuff in the works. Definitely. I'd like to go live again tomorrow. Because there's some of the testimony that I wanted to go over tonight, but I didn't think that I didn't plan on going on rants the way that I did and have this go on for past 3 hours. But I will, I'll do my best to go live tomorrow. But if not, I will definitely be live Monday morning as usual, for day 10 of the Karen Reed sham that this is, because it's absolutely a fucking sham. So I want to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button if you just did that. And thank you guys for already being subscribers. It's amazing. You guys are fucking amazing. I love you guys very, 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 very much. Make sure to hit the like if you haven't already. I appreciate you smashing the like button and all the support. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for that. I love you guys very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.